Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful start to your week. It is the 8th of July, if you guys can believe that. I can't believe that. And my camera's a little off tonight. I'm not sure what it is. I think I try to lower it a little bit. I think I accidentally touched something, so we'll fix that later. Don't worry about it if it looks a little funky tonight. But my name's Tanya. Welcome into the channel. You can call me Tanya or TitaniumBuilt. Either one of those works for me. Name's on the screen, so you know it's my name for sure, Shirley. Also, if you guys don't mind and you do appreciate the coverage throughout the live, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help us small channels grow, and the subscribe button, because obviously we want you to subscribe to the channel. We want you to like us. So don't forget to do those things. We do talk true crime every day here. So every day. So welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, DM. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, Catherine. Well, hey, other Catherine. Catherine with a K, Catherine with a C. I see you guys. I'm just kind of going to glide over. Hey, Citizen Sleuth. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Charlotte. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Texas Jewish Dog Mom's here. Cat's Life. How was your birthday, Cat's Life? Did you have a good birthday? Nathaniel, welcome in. Miss Iggy. Stephanie's in here and everything. Well, look at that. Oh, music. Oh, I thought it said music. I was like, what? That's awesome, Ashley. That's to get on the. That's really awesome. That's awesome. I bet she feels great. I bet Boo thinks feels like she's on top of the world. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Hey, Jones, and welcome in. So we're going to review a little bit of this and a little bit of that this evening on the live. I started taking notes, and then I don't even understand my own damn notes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about Sebastian, and we're going to try to figure some things out. You're confused too. I've been on 2 panels and watched 4 other ones, and I still don't know what the hell's going on. But I did ask Julia. Is it Julie or Julia or Jules? I'm going to ask her that. That's the question. She said, "If you have any questions, what's your name?" Actually, because some people call her Julia, some people call her Jules. But we're going to talk about the interview with Seth that Seth did. Or not interview. I'm sorry, live stream. He did a live stream on his channel. He has a channel. We'll watch that. I haven't watched it yet, so I was waiting to watch it with y'all. I didn't know if we were going to watch it on the channel or not, but here we are. Here we are watching it. So we'll watch it together if you guys haven't seen it. He did just have surgery. He comes into it listening to what was it? It's like some sort of it's a song, like what like 007 song or something. Like one of those deals. Dun, 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 that like that. Like I'm like, really? That's what you jam out to before live? I guess everybody has their own thing they do before live. I mean, I used to be on I I'm sorry. I used to go on with one person and they'd have to shake it out of them. Like it was cute. It was funny, like they have to shake out all the nerves. So you'd hear them like making these crazy noises. And you're just like, oh, me before a live. I think I don't know what I do. Go to the bathroom 15 times. That's what I usually do. And then I'll just do that, like be looking around, making sure I have everything. But I don't know. Yeah. Let me know, Johnson, what do you do before live? Anything special? And welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Mission Impossible. That's what it was. Thank you, Ashley. I was like, what are we listening to? Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. I was like, can I even play this in the beginning of my live? Because I mean, I didn't know how long it was. I didn't know how long he played it. I was like, if he played it for a long time, then I might get struck. But he didn't. So that's always good. We are gonna look at the flyer of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers though really quick, because that's what we do before every live when we talk about him, because he is our focal point. But with all the chaos going around, I don't know if everybody's lost sight of what we're here for or what, because man, people are here for all the things except for Sebastian. You know what I mean? Like all the things. Like the fighting and the words that are being said and the actions that are being had. And woo, y'all, it's been crazy. So if anyone knows anything, let us know. Even though we've been on panels and we've had our own panel, I'm like, I still don't know. That happened to me yesterday. I was like, what did I just? But I listened and I was cleaning, so that's my problem. But before we get started, actually, we're gonna do this flyer, and then I got something really important to tell you guys. Okay, so don't let me forget. But Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers of Hendersonville, he's been missing since February 26th. He's 5'5", 120, brown hair, brown eyes. You know him. If you see him, you would know this boy. I think all of us here by this point have these images ingrained in our brain. But he was last seen at his mom and his stepfather's home on Stafford Court outside in Hendersonville in Sumner County. And if you have any information, please give it to Sumner County or TBI. You can call 1-800-TBI-FIND or Sumner County 615-451-3838. And I'll put the banner up too, just in case, in just a moment. So I wanted to give you the good news first. This is good news. We're going to go bad, good, and then bad again. Sorry about that, guys. Good, bad, then good. But I wanted to share this with you because it was really important. Sierra, remember little Sierra that we did a story on her, and I was actually just thinking like we need to cover this little girl again. The little girl that went missing. Her father was supposed to like drop her back off with her mother, and he never showed up to give her. And then the girlfriend, fiance, like flew out of the airport. She was supposed to be like flying to Europe or something with her mom and dad. And she dipped. Well, they found them. They found them. They found this baby. They found this baby girl. This baby girl is going home to her mom where she belongs. So that's some good news. And the Sierra's dad and the fiance, I forget her name now. It's not even important because I can't think straight right now. But they're arrested. They're in custody, and they've been arrested and were deported back to the United States. Apparently, Mexico didn't even. I mean, I guess they could have had a hearing today about it, but man, Mexico's like, "Boop, we don't want you," and kick their butt right back to the U.S. I love this. This is like what we need more of. We need more of this. Look at that whole girl. Remember we watched the video with her on this little horse thingy? It was like a dinosaur. June 3rd. Her mom is probably exhausted right now. You know what I mean? Like she has that feeling that she knows her daughter's okay, like, and she could finally rest. But yeah, that's my good news for you guys. And they're all three alive. Yeah, exactly. Now we have questions. We want answers. I want to talk to the fiance. I want to know why she ran out of the airport. Why'd she do all this? What was for love? For love? Don't say for love. I hate when people say for love. Okay. So tonight, like I said, we'll do Seth Rogers, and then we're going to talk about you know what, let me see if we can find out her name real quick. I feel bad. I think she said Julie. Because she said someone has made a page like her, like being fakers. So we're going to call her Jules. That's what we're going to call her. Jules, the dog handler. We're going to talk about her a little bit and how the internet has turned their back on her. And it's getting so serious that like her mom is being doxxed and stuff. Like now, I don't know about all that. You know what I mean? If someone doxed my mama, even though she's dead, I don't care. If you dox my mama, there'd be hell to pay. You know what I mean? I don't care. Her name's Cindy. She's wonderful. She was a saint. I tell you. But yeah. So we're gonna call her Jules. I don't think she was spelled dogs with a W either, so I'm pretty sure that's not hers. Okay. So again, one more time for you. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is who we're here for tonight, but you know, we got to go through the mess to get to get Sebastian, hopefully. I thought about covering Jay Slater. Is that case crazy? Because I heard it is. And I like me some twists and turns. We're going to be covering, we are doing Sarah Boone. We just started her again. Sarah Boone, suitcase. She locked her boyfriend up in a suitcase and then decided to leave him there and videotape it and go to bed. She's on trial for second-degree murder. Chad Doberman, the guy that executed his 3 sons. And what was the other case I was just talking about? I forget the other one. Sebastian, Idaho 4. I'm missing some. I know I'm missing a lot, but we cover them all. There was like one I was like thinking of in particular, but that's okay. We cover them all. So let me go over here. Except for Karen Reed, we haven't covered her case yet, but damn, we may have to. She's going around for second round, and then maybe, I don't know what's going on. Something's been crazy. Sorry, this is taking a second. Okay. I just wanted to get the chat back up here. So let's go over here. I don't know why I just didn't do that while we were doing this. So we're going to watch Seth. I'm going to leave the chat up so you guys can see the chat because you never know what they're going to say in there, you know. But I want to, let's see. We are not going to probably be the ones that find Sebastian, but we're going to get the word out about Sebastian, if that makes sense. And I have to reshare this with you because it's, what the hell is wrong with you, StreamYard? It's so crazy that it says that. It says like that it loses my audio. Don't do that. Okay. I'm going to play this. Have you guys heard this yet? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have heard this. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't heard. If you haven't heard this. I haven't heard this. I haven't listened to this yet. So my first time. But I did listen to the first 30, like not 30, even like 15 seconds of it. And I was like, what am I hearing? And then, okay, I'm going to play it back. So this is the scene. Set scene, okay? You got, why is he leaning on his bad shoulder? Seth, what are you doing, bro? I just thought of that. Isn't that the bad shoulder? Why is he leaning on it? Bro, get off the shoulder. Anyway, I don't know why he's on the shoulder. Oh, so it's like half and half. Okay, cool. I love that. Well, you know me, I'm going to have something to say. Hey, just Debbie. Welcome in. Wuzzy Cuzzy. I like that name. You need a cute little like bear avatar or something on your little picture. So Sebastian's dad decided to make a YouTube channel. He said on an interview, this was a while back, that he was going to monetize his YouTube channel and make it to where he had members and you would have to pay him in order to receive updates on Sebastian. Now, me personally, I will not be a member. I'm not a subscriber. I'm not a member, but I'm a viewer, and I'll drop his link and it's in my description. But I don't know if, I know making a YouTube channel can get the word out there, but the word is out there and it's like nothing's getting done. So what's going on? Like we're not finding Sebastian. So apparently we're doing something wrong. We need to regroup and start again. I mean, that's what I think anyway. So let's watch this. And Bullhorn Betty's on here. If you don't know, let me show you the panel. We got Seth. Who set this up for him? Hold on a second here. He didn't set this up. There is no way in the world that he set these screens up. Because I wouldn't have a hard time, but you know, I might have a hard time setting it up backwards like that. But it's just kind of, crazy. It's backwards. But you got Seth, and then you got Tony, I'm sorry, and then Bullhorn Betty. We're going to get on with it. I'm just babbling at this point.
You good?
I'm good. I'm just listening to Mission Impossible thing.
So hello.
Like, oh, hey guys, what are you doing here? Like, that's what that reminded me of. That's all I've heard so far. And I'm gonna try not to pause it that much, but I'm sorry. I'm gonna put the link in here too.
Everybody, hope everybody's doing well this evening. We'd like to welcome you guys to the inaugural live of Seth Rogers on his own channel. Seth is the father of 15-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
Oh, are we going to hear from Tony the whole time? Also, is this carefully orchestrated? Let me know that in the chat too. Because I'm going to try not to be biased. I'm going to try not to zip my mouth. I'm going to let you guys decide what you want to hear, or what you hear and what you interpret.
the young man who went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee
What's he looking
on
at?
February 26th. So Seth, good evening, first off, sir. And tell us about your channel. Tell us what the purpose is and how this came to be.
Well, I decided I was going to set up this channel because watching a lot of other people's channels about my son, people have a tendency of have gravy in the mouth, and they're not paying attention to what's coming out of their mouth. It needs to be about my son. Everybody wants to throw their 2 cents in when it's not even worth a penny. And it's just false narratives out there, false information. I figured what better than to take that away.
Who gave us that information? Who put out that information? Wasn't me. Wasn't, any of the creators, I believe, that made that essay allegation. That wasn't around before then.
From them and put it back in control of Sebastian's family.
Well, and nobody knows the young man
The gory scenes being shown to Sebastian wasn't before then.
better than his father, correct?
Well, he knows himself better than I do.
Welcome in.
But I'm going to try to be a second close.
Perfect. So let me ask you this, big dog. I mean, the questions that we're getting rolling in by the dozens have to do with your surgery, your recovery. Talk to us a little bit about your surgery. How did that go? How you feeling? What was the experience like? That kind of thing.
Well, this hand is definitely working again. No pain. I'm great. It was like instantaneous when I was done with the surgery. I had no more pain going down into my right arm. So I'm happy about that. I haven't had to take anything except for ibuprofen and a little bit of Aleve since the surgery. So I'm good on that end.
That's great news.
Having to regulate medicines like my doctor was wanting me to. I'd rather not take them. Rather have my multivitamin, my fish oil, my B12, my normal stuff that I take every day. And
So tell us
They
about
wanted to put him on a controlled substance, is what he's saying. He didn't want to be controlled.
that experience of waking up on the table. We talked about that a
my
little bit.
throat still hurts. I woke up and I had tubes and stuff shoved down my throat. I was trying to rip them out. I actually got bruises where, they had 3 people on one side of me trying to hold me down when I came out. It was not pleasant. But as soon as they got stuff pulled out of, the tubes and stuff ripped out of my throat, as soon as I was able to start breathing on my own again, I was able to calm down. I was aggravated, that's for sure. But, after
I've been fully awake for surgeries, but they were planned for me to be awake. Do you know what I mean? It was a planned eye surgery. We're going to it's called hypnotic surgery. But anyway, but for him to wake up on the damn operating room table, oh my Lord, have mercy. That's my fear. I've had 40 surgeries, haven't had the problem yet. Well, Seth Rogers up here 2 hours ago.
Making sure that I could get up and walk around, stuff like that. Within 30 minutes, I was sitting there chomping at the bed trying to get out of the hospital.
Yeah, that's what
and they
you
were
do.
like, no, you got to stay here for 3 hours.
They'll make you drink stuff.
I'm sure you were quite the minding patient, right?
I was an angel, thank you.
I came out one time cussing. This was before my car accident. This is when I was even younger. I was cussing up a storm. I was like, get me the hell out of here. My mom and dad was like, we don't know this kid. I was ready to get out of the hospital.
Tell your audience
I don't
here,
like it.
Your supporters, what types of things were you not able to do when you were dealing with this shoulder pain? I mean, I have an idea. I know what's at the top of the list, but in addition to the obvious, searching for your son, I mean, what are the other things that you missed doing that you're going to be able to get back to doing now that you're out of pain?
Besides back to looking for my son, because I was under doctor's orders, I wasn't allowed to drive. A lot of people don't realize that I was not allowed to drive. So every time I drove somewhere, I had to have somebody come pick me up. And it was not one of I don't like having to wait on people to do stuff. I've always been a person that just relies on myself.
He
So
drove.
relying on other people was extremely hard for me.
Come on now. They probably tell him not to drive, and he said, "I'm gonna drive anyway." I'm just saying, I would do that.
It's one thing to be in pain, and at the beginning it was okay, but like a 10-minute ride on my bike, every bump.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend's like that, just Debbie.
I had nothing left in between my C5 and my C6 and my neck, except for the nerve. So every time I hit a bump, all it was doing was separating and squishing down on that last nerve.
I know what back pain's like.
And that's why you didn't ride your motorcycle at the vigil, correct?
Yep. I couldn't. I mean, that's an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic, just to get down there, plus then the ride back. why we waited and everything, or else I would have been on my bike.
Nobody had a truck to where they could put that bike in the back of the truck. That sucks.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else you missed doing? You went to the shooting range a lot, right?
I used to before all this happened, and yeah, no, shooting was not a task or activity that I could enjoy. So I'll be hitting the range again, making sure I'm still up to par.
Very nice. Very nice.
You know,
Yeah,
I
that
couldn't go
must be-
fishing. I couldn't go fishing. I couldn't do a lot of things. Like, I mean, even simple maintenance, like washing my truck was
Worshing, he
not
said.
something that I could do. Cleaning my house was a pain in my hindquarters. There was just a lot of things I couldn't do.
You could say ass stuff.
Yeah. So Seth, I mean, obviously the big reason people are coming to your channel, other than to support you looking for your son, is, these folks are hoping to see a little more about Sebastian. They want to learn about who Sebastian is. They want to see things from you, the father, that they can't see on any other channel. So I understand that you've got some pics, some video that you're going to share with the audience, and you're going to explain to them what these pictures mean to you and what the story behind the pictures is. Is that correct?
I've got some pictures that I'm willing to share currently.
Now we got in the chat. I'm over here. I'm looking right here, looking in the chat, and it says, I don't know who Sebastian's army is. It's me, Jen. But Sonia there is the Facebook administrator for Bullhorn Betty's page for Sebastian.
I mean, a lot of people don't. This is
Well, I haven't been over
all
there
I
in a
have
while.
left of my son
They're
until I can find
probably
him
crazy.
and bring him home. But I cherish all these pictures that I've taken. It was definitely a different life for most of these pictures, because these were pictures when he was younger. I've got some newborn pictures in here. I've got pictures of him still in the hospital, like less than 24 hours old. Like I try to take pictures of him all the time when he was younger. I try to take pictures. A lot of people don't know that the picture of him on the shirts, I took that picture the weekend that I had him last. And that was the last picture that I got to take of my son. And I got to take that when we went out to eat.
Well, brother, I can tell you, you've got a massive army in here with you, supporting you tonight. We feel you. We're with you. We're shedding tears with you. We got your back.
So we're going to see pictures of Sebastian as of now, though, right? Of him being a teenager.
Let's light up the chat with those green hearts, and let's get to looking at these pictures. So
or are these all going to be
we can
baby
get everybody
pictures?
refocused on what all this is about, which is finding your son.
Because we ain't looking for no
Know
baby.
Sebastian somewhat more than y'all do. I've seen some of the videos, like the Christmas videos that I showed. I haven't even let all of those. That's
Oh, yep.
phones back then didn't
Story
record
is-
like they do now. So, but
Oh, don't do these
these
to
are
me.
some of the pictures I have of him.
Okay,
Him
let's
in his crib
make these ones bigger.
with a little baby.
Now that's a cute baby.
Take your time through these, Seth. Take your time, buddy.
I couldn't imagine
Me and
going
Katie
through
picked
these.
out this whole
Even though
bunch
they're
of
like
stuff.
when he's little. Oh man, even worse.
It was,
I don't know.
It was great. I mean,
The newborn pictures feel really like oh my, you know what I mean? Look at him. Remember last night I came over here and I paused on a certain picture and I was like, oh my Lord, I had to show you guys. I couldn't even help it. It was the cutest. I'm gonna put his link
wasn't
again in the
here
chat.
for
I'll be
you
putting it
times.
throughout the video.
So what are we seeing up here at the top? Is that a tippy cup? Is that what that is?
Yep, that was his car sippy cup.
Okay.
You know, didn't have him on a bottle for long. When he was born, like first few months of his life was like literally a blur. Child literally hit the ground crawling because he didn't walk. But I mean, he was awake on
He
average.
didn't
for
even
18
walk until
hours
he was
a day.
like 3, didn't he, or
I
something?
mean, when he slept, it was amazing when he slept. You know,
Oh,
4
I guess it
hours
is so
every
cool.
once in a while here and there. Child just didn't stop. When he did stop, it was because he was asleep.
Or I was about to say that isn't it called a sippy cup? But I guess it could be a tippy cup because so it doesn't tip over. Y'all let me know because you're the parents. I'm not. I was like, oh, is it called a tippy cup? Because that's what because I've always called them sippy cups, and I thought maybe like in real life, like real lifers, they call them tippy, so like they don't tip over. But yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
He liked animals even then. His whole room was
For everybody that hasn't
Every baby has
been
that.
quite as connected.
It's because it's true. It's so true in this case. In this case, it's so true that every kid up until this year, right? From anybody that is the year age 22, 15 to 22, had a Noah the Ark bedroom. Tell me your kid didn't have a Noah the Ark bedroom. That's what this looked like to me. Noah's the Ark. Noah Ark. My nephew did. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me.
Case. I mean, let's talk about that. His love for animals. I mean, his animal of choice was
man.
what?
Oh, his favorite?
That
Cats.
just made me laugh.
Okay. Any specific type, color, just cats in general?
Cats. Just
That's
cats.
what I thought.
All
Sippy
cats.
cup.
I'm
gonna call it a sippy cup now.
Actually, I want to get him a Savannah. It's a pretty big cat, but it can also be a house cat. Me, I'm a fan of dogs. I don't mind cats. It just means an extra pill I have to take every day, depending on their dander supply.
Speaking of which, my cat wasn't feeling good, but for the last 2 days, but I think he's feeling better.
But he really likes cats. He's gonna. I mean,
Me too, Sebastian.
I haven't found an animal that he really doesn't like. I mean, he got bit in the face by a dog and had to have 7 stitches in his face, and he still wasn't scared of dogs.
That's amazing.
Wasn't scared of him at one bit. Wasn't even scared of the dog that bit him. He had no fear of animals. Kind of just understood. But his whole room was a lion, like jungle theme. So he had giraffes, turtles. He had a huge lion, gold with mane.
Lion. Noah's Ark. Oh, that's that's the picture. Look at this. Look at those two twofers. Look at those two twofers right there. He still has those. I feel like they're just adult now. He's adorable.
He was always moving.
But he looks like he definitely looks like Seth right here. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what y'all think, but this kid looks like a spitting image of Seth to me. This looks like a face Seth would have made when he was little too. Looks like this is I'm getting into trouble face.
You know,
that's what this looks like.
You can see the giraffe in the background.
Look at that smile.
Oh, he was up to no good. Definitely.
Probably why I was wearing shoes that were too big for me running into walls are with as a kid.
But
I don't know what mine was. I think just pink, curly
long
pink.
blonde hair. Always, I mean.
Yeah, will someone interview me? Great idea.
Definitely a different time. We lived in South Georgia at this point in time. This is about the time that Uncle Taco's daughter would be watching Sebastian.
Uncle Taco's daughter?
Yeah, we had moved in to
He looks like 3 there, right?
Coleraine Oaks.
3? Oh my God.
He was already learning how to swim and everything else here.
I mean, it looks like the world was his at that point. You guys were just living in it. The toys all over the place just looked like he was living life, and everybody was getting him and buying him and providing him with everything he wanted.
Yeah, everything was his.
I hope he doesn't.
Absolutely.
I hope he doesn't
Everything
lose
was his.
anything.
I mean, I was his dad. Katie was his mom. Everywhere, everything was his. He definitely had a good childhood. He at least a very young good childhood.
Look at all them toys. He had a really good childhood. You know, none of us are debating
that.
that.
There and we would dance around this whole place because right back here, that right there is like a divider wall between the kitchen,
yeah,
Okay.
living room, and then on the other side was our dining room, our eat-in area, which was also extended part. But there was that divider wall, and you could walk around that whole thing. We'd sit there and play music and just dance around the whole house. I mean, the kid loved to dance.
So how old is he in this picture? How old was he when he started walking? You know, just to give the audience kind of a reference point.
Why about Bullhorn Betty on here?
Okay.
She said a word.
He started walking at about 1.5 years.
Okay.
He was crawling at I want to say 4 months. He was crawling, less than 4 months.
Very good point. See what that wine's doing? I need some wine.
he knew he had done something. I can't remember what he had done.
I
but he
thought
walked
about
up
taking
and I
up
said,
crocheting, but my
Boy, he
they
looks
say not
ornery
go
in the
with my
picture.
eye.
I'm not gonna lie.
he still is ornery. I mean, he gets that from me.
He looks
I mean, what can I
ornery.
say?
He's
There's
adorable.
not a surprise member in the audience after that comment.
Probably not. I mean, I gave him all his best qualities in life. Being stubborn, big-headed, ornery, focused. Not, I like to hope to think that his curiosity is something I've given him in life too. Because he definitely likes to learn. But it's got to be his way. He's got to learn his way.
Oh,
I was outside, still in Cold Oaks. It's just that you see that smile. I mean, how can you tell that face no? I mean, anything that he wanted, he got it.
as a parent, you can't.
You can't
My mama and dad could never tell me no, Seth. They just couldn't.
you can't read too much into a picture, but a picture is worth 1,000 words, and he truly looks loved in that picture.
Mm-hmm. He does.
Here's something.
Tony, you're right.
Picture.
If you're right,
You look at his
he's
chin,
actually
you
right
see the
about something.
drool. All right, the kid drooled a lot. All right, and there's one thing that I noticed about him when he was younger is that most people, if they eat peanut butter, how it gets, No, I've watched this kid eat peanut butter, and his drool is just like anti-peanut butter. Like when he was a kid, the peanut butter would just. I mean, I've got pictures of it somewhere too, but it would never. I mean, kid loves peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then started getting him to drink.
Okay, so this is probably why Betty goes back to her channel and roids out on everybody. Like, you guys are the devils. What you said in the chat was so wrong. That's why I wanted to see what was in the chat. I haven't seen nothing up in this chat that's wrong, really. I mean, and there's like there's green hearts.
Drink coffee at a later age.
There's people saying earlier, I had that surgery done. I have not seen any bad comments. So.
And then I introduced him into toasted peanut butter.
We can go over that tomorrow during the day if you guys want to.
Jelly sandwiches and coffee. It's a great breakfast. I mean, probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's better than just a cup of coffee.
Thanks, Wuzzy.
Man, this kid thought it was the cream of the crop when I toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
So that's so sad.
It was my Aunt Sharon that literally taught me about toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I learned those when I was.
Toasted peanut butter. Oh yeah, no, toasted peanut butter. Yeah.
15 when she taught me about those. I mean, that was.
What is that? Not
several
normal?
decades ago. But
Hold on, wait. Is eating toasted bread with peanut butter and jelly not? Is that not normal? Is that not normal? Raise your hand if you ate that as a kid. I did. It was my favorite thing. Cut it into fours like my teacher does it. That's how I used to say it. I was 5 or something. Told my mom it was like my Sunday school, not my Sunday school teacher, but my preschool teacher. Cut it like my teacher does it. 4 pieces, toasted. I don't know how the teacher got a damn toaster in there. She got a toaster in there. Toasted that stuff. Yeah. Man, I was a freaking pain probably.
Yeah, Seth, a lot of people don't know that you and I grew up 15 minutes apart. Of course, part of the country that we grew up in.
Yeah, Andy, this is real weird,
we
isn't
figured
it?
out a lot of good things to do with peanut butter. We had peanut butter and jelly, toasted peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and banana. I mean, we did it all.
Peanut butter and marshmallow, just peanut butter and butter. I mean,
yeah, he did.
Sometimes that's all you got in life is bread and peanut butter.
Me too. I don't like jelly.
Peanut butter and Rice Krispies. You can make plenty of stuff with peanut butter. It's like having flour.
Hey, GGB.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
that one
he was
hands
no
down.
longer
Look
in
at
the
this.
crib, that's for sure. But he had his own little car's bed.
My nephew had one of them too.
He wasn't sleeping. He was moving. Look at a chunky little leg.
I'll tell you what.
Again, it kind of looks like the world was his. You guys were just living in it.
Yeah.
The world is still his.
I want to sleep like him.
Absolutely.
Just got to find him so that we can go.
Everyone's
if you look down here at the bottom at this picture right here, though, that's a portion of the
I mean,
line.
unless Betty went back through and deleted everything, but
because it was everywhere that he went. So he really was a Cars fan. And if you look, his T-shirt is a Buzz Lightyear.
So when he was younger, he was a big Cars fan because he had the Cars tippy cup, the Cars bed. I mean,
also something about his feet being crossed.
Yeah, he was a Disney kid, that's for sure.
Okay.
You know,
Did he like any other Disney movies?
Oh, scare me.
when you said name one. I mean, he did Cars, he did Buzz Lightyear, Monsters Inc.
So a lot of the more animated Disney movies, correct?
Yeah, as he got older, I'm a Star Wars fan, and he of course became a Star Wars fan as well. His mama, she's a Harry Potter fan, and you know, I'm a Space Wizard fan. And then at one point in time, she decided to ask him, you know, which is better, Harry Potter or Star Wars? And he had a hard time making a decision. So I told him, do you want a magical wand or do you want a lightsaber? And being the typical boy that he is, he was like, I will take the lightsaber. So,
Is this Tony's first interview since Wienergate with Seth? Because they haven't been doing any interviews together. They did BHB, right, together? After Wienergate, I think.
Oh boy.
blackmail pictures. Some of these are, obviously, these pictures are not in chronological order.
Oh, they don't need to be.
Leave my retro 80s table and chairs out of it.
Hey, everybody has a point where they're first starting. You know what I mean? Everybody has that. Everybody has that.
Boy, they like this stuff.
Your first set
I
of
remember
furniture is
correctly,
usually
I believe
given to you.
That was, I want to say that
Or
was
you buy it
Oatmeal,
like used.
and he did not appreciate me taking a picture of him, as you can tell.
Yeah, he looks thrilled.
Oh yeah. It reminds me of when I was married. And that's the look I would get when I was in trouble.
Yeah, his dad even said that. Huh.
He had a thing about Daddy's watch. So I gave it to him once, and needless to say, that was him showing me the last time I ever found my watch. Because after this, I never found it
Man,
again.
that's one of them watches you could take down to the depths of the ocean. Look
That
at
old
that
dad
thing.
wrapped around his finger, didn't he?
Yes, he does. He still does. I mean, yes, he did then. He does now.
Aries, I turned it to Wienergate 2024. That's what I was calling it.
He's everything that makes me
Crazy.
who I am. Another.
Oh, a picture of his kid down there. How did he do that? I don't think I got that.
And his little onesie. He was a big boy.
Okay. Anything from now?
Yeah, he was a little chunk there.
From this
wasn't
day
he?
and age? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
if
with
you
like
look at him now,
15, 14, 13,
you'd
12.
never known how chunky he was as a kid, as an infant.
Absolutely.
Boys,
I wish I would have started taking notes from the beginning of this case, but I still wouldn't even be caught up.
like, I mean, there's
Dude, so many
Mexican
people.
restaurant we go to here in Clarksville. They serve literally chicken burritos that are like this big. They're the whole size
Question:
of
Do
the
you have
platter.
any updates on
And
this
he'll eat a
case?
whole one.
That's a good
He'll
question.
eat all of it, and then he'll eat the chips, and then he'll be like, "Can we have dessert?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, well, I don't know where he puts it all. I know where I put it, you know, but I don't know where he puts it all.
We're going to give him credit that he looks chunky because he's got horizontal stripes on, right?
No. This was his first birthday.
Man, he's all up in that cake.
I have to be honest with
Ain't
you. I
giving
think
no
you might like a
craps
little bit of
about
cake.
it.
I'm not sure. I don't know for a fact yet, but
Yeah, just a little
I'd
bit.
have to think that he thinks the cake looks good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's watching everybody else while he's eating the cake.
See that?
Who's the blue little monster guy in the Sesame Street? You know what I'm talking about? This he's like this color. That's who it reminds me of.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
And there was no cake for nobody else. All him.
And just so the audience knows, Seth, when you and I talk about Sebastian, we don't talk about him in past tense ever, do we?
Nope. He's still around.
We're talking about past
He's
tense
standing
because
there.
these are old pictures, just so everybody knows. It's no disrespect to Sebastian or
okay.
Seth.
Thank you,
We're
Andy.
talking about then as was because
He's
these
trying
are
to forget about it, Aries.
compared to now. Correct.
I mean, he was 1 year old. This was 14 years ago, people.
Absolutely.
It was his birthday. And yeah, he was definitely into cake. I still think he's into cake. But, we got to find him so we can give him his next birthday cake. His last one, I believe, was an ice cream cake that I got him.
Ooh, I
I'm not
like
really a
ice
fan
cream.
of ice cream cake. But his birthday being in December, he's 15. Take him out to dinner. Take him to the arcade. Let him go play go-karts. One day old.
Holy cow.
That's a brand new baby
See,
right there.
He hadn't even been breathing air, oxygen.
Yeah, I don't know why
24 hours yet.
BHB
He was
or
still in the hospital.
Tony's on here, really. The Cookie Monster's that who was? It was
Yes, I was
Cookie
there when he came out.
Monster. You're
I took him
right. That's who he looked like. He looked like Cookie Monster.
How do you feel when you're looking at these pictures, Seth? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel a bundle of emotions?
Oscar,
Is it all
yeah.
the above?
He was like my
It's
favorite.
all of the above, plus it feels kind of like it was yesterday.
I don't know why he was, though.
It's like, where did the last 15 years go? Like, I remember when he was this. He was so small and itty-bitty, and he was
that's what they were doing.
in my arm. And now he's, almost as tall as I am.
I bet one person's over there, doing the comments, like, how long does this take? Like, just a couple seconds just to report or block them. And she's probably an ad. Do you have admins on your channel? If you don't, yeah, you have mods if you're not monetized. Okay. Okay. So, okay. I have nothing to contribute.
So where did all the time go?
Makes you want to tell the audience to hug their babies, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Hug
take
your
care of
babies.
Kids. Hug them. Tell them you love them. Because you're not guaranteed tomorrow with them.
Don't get in your feelings, Seth, because I'll get in my feelings. I don't like when people cry.
Back to his favorite thing, cake.
Cookie Monster. That's a cute picture. He must be looking at his mama or
I think he
dad.
was wearing more of it than he had actually eaten it.
Something's getting his
just saying.
attention over there.
And he doesn't look in trouble either. He looks like that you guys were fine with it.
I was told that I wasn't allowed to smash his face in the cake.
You cannot do that.
I was trying to
Thank
give him all the cake.
Absolutely frigging not. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why that's a bad idea? You can really scar a kid. Really, you can. My nephew, they decided to do that to him. Well, they decided not to do that to him. So my brother and my sister-in-law both came to an agreement. We are not smashing our kids' face into cake because we got to clean it up, for one. And for two, he's going to hate it because he's going to be 1 year old. Like, who likes that? What 1-year-old likes to be smothered in cake? Their face shoved in with cake. So they did it to my nephew, and my nephew is like traumatized. He doesn't like surprises. He doesn't like any of those stuff. He's very weary. He's very weary about people. You know what I mean? But I understand why. He got failed. He got betrayed at one. No. But that my sister-in-law, my brother, the look on their faces, you wanted to just melt out of that room because my brother just walked away, and my sister-in-law, of course, it was her side of the family, so she took it upon herself and it was her nephew that did it.
I don't think he needs to. I think he looks like
he looks like he's cool.
did
You
a
just
pretty
give
good
him the
job.
cake, let him play in
He
it.
did a really good job there.
Yeah, he
Her
didn't
hand
need
in
any
it.
help at all. I think he's got a couple spots right here around the nose. I mean,
That kid is breathing in. He's breathing in the Cookie Monster.
I think the reason his mouth was open is that there was cake and icing stuck in his nose. I mean,
I think his mouth's open because
He
he
was
was
trying to
more
breathe.
cake in there. That's why his mouth's open. Oh,
we're bringing him home.
So this was on the way home from the hospital.
That's a
Yep.
perfect baby right there. Look at that head. It's all round.
Yes, it was. Nothing fit him because he was actually really small. He didn't get, feeding him the formula got him chunky, but he had to fill out. I got another picture around here somewhere. Look at fat belly.
Pro tip from Bullhorn Betty. We're discussing Sebastian right now. Thank you. What were they discussing? Oh,
He's with
anything.
Mama there, correct?
Yep.
Just about the cake. Dads enjoyed the cake break. My dad did it to me and my brother. Laugh out loud. We're talking about cake. Bullhorn?
He's got piercing eyes.
Most definitely.
Without a doubt. I've watched his eyes change color many a times. You can see right here that these pretty much right now are still blue. When he looks at you, he looks through you, deep into your soul. Like, really? Is that how we're going to play this game?
He looks like Seth right there,
That's how he
too.
gets what he wants.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, see this pinky? You know you're supposed to be wrapped around it, right? Again, as you can tell by this shirt, he drools a lot when he was younger. I mean, literally, the kid drooled a lot.
I gotta tell you, a lot of babies do. I asked my mom because she said the same thing, except my hair did not lay as flat as your son's. It stuck up that she was so embarrassed she put a bonnet over my head. So
That's not why she put a bonnet over your head, Betty. I'm here all night, guys. I'm here all
Decided
night.
to get the diapers. You see
Wow. Is that what that is?
all of this up here? Yeah, he got into the stack of diapers.
And that's his lion over to the side, correct?
Yep, that's his lion. Then he had his little monkey rug.
Mine's bigger than he is. He got into the diapers. He said, he wanted his diaper changed. Hey, Lorena.
Oatmeal.
That's adorable.
that smile. It's the smile.
It's part of teething, yeah. That's what I thought. Oh, look at that smile.
Spoon didn't help, obviously.
That's a Sebastian smile. Like if you showed me a picture of this kid, I'd say that was like Sebastian. 100%. What was he eating there? Looked like pudding or something. Rice pudding. Ah, what's that?
Oh,
What's that?
that is the end of that slideshow.
And
So
this is what we got to end.
Of course,
This,
we all appreciate, Sebastian's Army
Dragon?
appreciates you sharing those
what is
incredibly
this thing?
personal pictures with us.
I
Getting
definitely, personally, I appreciate everybody who came into this live with me.
Gecko.
And I appreciate everybody in
This
chat.
thing?
And I will let you all know that I have been speaking with law enforcement. I've been speaking with Sumner County. They're giving me information.
Good for
I
them.
didn't know who it was, but they called me about the body over in Hendersonville, and they called me about the body that they found in Nashville, so that I didn't have to wait too long. So they're keeping me informed of certain things that are going on.
good.
I do call them. I do talk to them. I can drive, though limited. I plan on going over to Sumner County on Monday, so I can have a conversation with them on Monday.
Just so we're not ignoring the good people in the chat, are there any updates at this time that you can share with the audience or no?
I do know that there will be some searches. I believe on the 11th, we're setting things up for a search on the 11th at Rockland Park. We're going back out there with all the rain and everything.
Is that the place that was like way out of the way that when he went the first time, like where the forest is or something?
Everything that we've been having.
Where did he say again?
The 11th, we're setting.
The good people in the chat, are there any updates at this time that you can share with the audience or no?
I do know that There will be some searches, I believe, on the 11th. We're setting things up for a search on the 11th at Rockland Park. We're going back out there with all the rain and everything that we've been having. We're wanting to make sure that we've gone over everything. We are still handing out flyers. We're still having flyers sent to people. If you haven't got flyers yet, my apologies. It's a slow process at times. I did run out of flyers. I will be picking more up next week, and I will be making sure that flyers get sent out to people.
Why does he have to wait till next week?
As for bracelets, right now, I know people want to.
You don't have to wait till next week. He goes to Office Max, Office Depot, or Staples. You take one piece of paper in with you, picture of a flyer. You go in, and it's usually like to the left there. There's usually like a big old desk, right? If you walk over there, it has big signs. It says you can print yourself, or you can pay to print. Like they'll print it for you. And then they'll usually, if they know it's like a search for searching, they'll either give them to you for free or they'll even give them to you for a discount because people have hearts. You don't have to wait till next week.
Just bracelets. I don't have any more bracelets. I have to make another order. So there'll be a moment until they come in.
If you don't mind, I'll talk to you about that after.
All right.
So, Seth, do we have anything else before I introduce our very special guest?
That would be done.
Right,
So,
Ren? I have a copy machine
Guys,
here.
we have a very good friend, special guest with us tonight, Bullhorn Betty. And Betty, welcome.
You can get a copier for less than $100, probably less than 50.
I want to
Let me see.
extend a very sincere thank you on behalf of Seth and myself for all you do for Seth and helping him find his son. That includes, but isn't limited to, the shoulder to lean on, the boots on the ground, the helping with the YouTube channel, the support in the community, the support out in the social.
Hold on, oopsie. I'm sorry.
Watch the
Oops.
news or
I did not mean to do that because we do not want to do that. We do not want to have to hear that again. But she's talking, so we'll listen. Okay. I didn't mean to skip it. But did he just was he just giving her a pep talk like a thank you? I don't know where we were at. Let's see.
I will
Oh
be
my
picking
Lord.
more up next week. And I will be making sure that flyers get sent out to
mind, I'll talk to you about that after.
Okay, right here.
Guys, we have a very good.
Here, I'll go back.
So, Seth, do we have anything else before I introduce our very special guest?
that would be done.
Oh Lord, here we go. So
So-
what's this?
Guys, we have a very good friend, special guest with us tonight, Bullhorn Betty. And Betty, welcome. I want to extend a very sincere thank you on behalf of Seth and myself for all you do for Seth and helping him find his son. That includes, but isn't limited to, the shoulder to lean on, the boots on the ground, the helping with the YouTube channel, the support in the community, the support out in the social media streets. I can't thank you enough for giving him an additional sister through this time. So
A what? Are we calling everybody sister and brother nowadays, or what's going on here?
without
It's weird.
further ado, you take the floor and talk to us about your trip to Hendersonville.
Yeah, sister.
Yeah,
Mr.
so
Seth?
I thought Hendersonville was enlightening. I did find out some information for myself. We were able to post, I posted just about half. He handed me a stack of flyers, but I posted about, I think it was about 200 of those. I think he gave me like close to 300. And so I have about 50 of those left with some bands. I'm going to be mailing those bands out. I haven't had a chance to with the new girl, but I thought it was pretty successful, with a few hiccups,
Sure.
So
What did you think about the community of Hendersonville? Was it your first time there?
it was my first time there. I was a little disappointed in the lack of signage. I have to be lack of anything to even represent Sebastian, even ribbons and bows and just something. And I was a little disappointed that I
Betty?
didn't see more of an. I've been in smaller communities that had larger support, larger array of signage throughout a county. I didn't see that here. There was nothing like that here. So I think that was a little discouraging, but we posted the
Yeah,
flyers. I hear
Sister
the flyers
Bullhorn.
certain flyers have come down. So I'm hoping that people continue to put them up, because what I learned going into these
They do.
communities is just because, we may know it on social media, the people, maybe 1 or 2 houses may know about it. But what you find out is people down the road, people
Has she
that
ever
don't watch
cracked a
the news
case?
or are really busy, they don't know about this. You have people literally living in a community right next to you that has never heard Sebastian Rogers' name. I guarantee it, because this is something I see in every single community. That's why it's so important to have the signage, to have things out there so people can see it and pay attention to it. And I feel like that was what was missing. So we did what we could do to correct the issue.
Right, right. And so after you did a little digging, when you and I spoke, you kind of acknowledged that you knew that there was
Bullhorn
signage
did
there at
all
one
that.
time. You knew.
Bullhorn, okay. You think she would know the law? I mean, you'd think you know the law if you're going to be putting out signs, right? She put up all those signs in that heat. She said that's why she didn't go live, because she said it was better just to do it really fast and get it done and not go live and show what she was doing. Never showed us, didn't even drive around and say there's some stuff, whatever. I didn't even see that. But then again, I don't watch her. So
there was
Just
yard
watch her
signs,
now.
there was telephone pole signs, there was all these things, and then
it's
and then
called
they
the
weren't there.
Homeowners
And then you go
Association.
flood the community with more signage, and then you're hearing now that here we go again. It's been taken down. I mean, just your thoughts. I mean, why is that?
I don't know who would take missing person signs down for a 15-year-old boy, for any person,
Because they're flooding their neighborhood or littering their neighborhood with them. Like, they have every right as homeowners not to have that on their, in their backyard or in their side yard or in their front yard, wherever the damn pole may be that she was leaning over to get to, when you cannot even possibly ever reach that far.
person.
Betty,
Not just a kid,
you're not
but for any person.
Inspector
This is
Gadget
something
here.
I really don't understand, because the child is missing.
I'm gonna start
We
calling
need
her
to
that.
find
Inspector
him. Why
Gadget.
would anybody want to remove signs to put his
Exactly. You
face
can't
in
even
front of
see him
people?
from the road, right?
That I will never understand.
Everyone in that
And
neighborhood
again,
knows he's
this is
missing.
across the I have never in my life
And
heard
I said this before, they even were ripping them down. But seriously, why would you put the missing person flyers in the neighborhood? I mean, I know you do, but I mean, why put it on the same road? All these people know. They've all been talking. The neighbors have been coming forward. You think you would start at the street and make your way out that way, like, outside the neighborhood. That way more people, that are outside the neighborhood can know. That's what I would think.
people removing missing person signs or flyers before. I've just never experienced a situation like that personally.
Yeah, you can't put
I've
them.
never heard of it.
Yeah, so according to per their either the homeowners association, I'm sure that has something to do with it, or just in general, it's just a general rule. But they don't like it when you use any metal or anything that's going to mess up their electric poles, because they're electric poles. You know what I mean? So they request that you don't staple or hammer, nail anything in there. I know now, as a kid, when I was younger, if I were to put let's say I was having a little yard sale or something, if I were to put that on a telephone pole and just on the street, on one pole on that road, nobody would have ripped that down. Nobody would have said anything none the wiser. If I would have taped it up, just taped it up, but it's Betty also. So you got to think about that.
The only thing I
probably
can
wasn't
equate
being
that
very
to,
discreet
because
about it.
I live in a small community here in Oklahoma. Every time I walk in Walmart, walk out of Walmart, you see the signs that are there in Walmart, the missing children.
People have been seeing them.
And I look at those.
Not to interrupt you, Tony.
I'm going to tell you right now, people have been seeing them. I've been seeing it in the Facebook groups, multiple places. They will take pictures. They will put where they live, the Walmart, and where they saw the, Sebastian's picture. I've seen it multiple times.
I know that I've been to places to put flyers up that I've been to before, and they had been people in there. Can I talk to your manager? Not to sound like a Karen, but I asked upper management before I put signs in the building to make sure that I have the okay. And I've had them sit there and be like, we just took his picture down. We took the last poster down, a week ago. And it's like, well, why? And they were like, somebody came in and said that he was found. And it's like,
oh, then people are lying.
He hasn't been found. If he had been found, I sure wouldn't be out here posting pictures, and it's It's horrible
Squeaky?
what it means to some of these people who have no humanity left about them. This is a missing child. Whether it's my child or somebody else's child, to sit there and walk in and be like, oh, they found him, you should take the sign down. Yeah, you didn't go in and take it down, but you went in and gave false information to somebody and they took the sign down. Because, of course, if they found him, why would we need signs up? But he hasn't been found, and they're spreading false information. And the fact is that it goes on in the real world as just like it does in social media. And it's really a lack of human faith.
You know, Seth, I could tell when I saw Betty's face that that's the first time she had heard that too. You know, when you get to thinking about why a good person would take down a sign, that's really the only explanation, is that they're being told that the child is found. And I got to tell you, that's a new one to me, and that's really odd. Thoughts on that, Betty?
Well, I'd like to know
I have thoughts.
you know, who
Me first, Betty. Me first. If he's going into, let's just say, I'm not trying to be rude. Don't take this as me being rude. But if he were to come into, let's say, a boutique, a men's boutique, and he's the father of a missing child, and he says, "Hey, I'm the father of a missing child. We put my kid's missing flyer in your window." They're going to say yeah. No, 100% of the time. They're never going to say no, because, it doesn't align with their aesthetic. What they're going to end up doing is they're going to wait until he leaves, and then they're just going to end up keeping that flyer behind the register, or they'll throw it away. That's probably what happened in this case. And then when he came back and he asked for the manager, and the manager probably saw him and was like, oh, I threw that away. Oh my God, the father's back. They had to think of something on the fly. And they said, oh, someone told us that he was found. I bet you. I don't know. I'm just saying.
who would do that? It seems like somebody
Who would?
that
Who would go around and be like, he's been found. He's been found. He's been found. You know what I mean? Like, and who was it if they did?
has a dog in the fight. I mean, why would anybody do that? Just
No, why would
preemptively
someone do
go up
that?
to see a sign and say, hey, he's been found and we're going to take it down. I mean, it just, who would do that?
No, I'm talking about the ones inside of the
I don't
buildings
understand
that
why
Seth's going
anybody
to.
would not want a
You got Seth going back just to double check to make sure these businesses are keeping the flyers up there in windows, and then questioning them when they don't have it.
missing person flyer up for somebody that's missing.
Well, and I know on your show you talked a little bit, just to shift
I don't
gears a
know.
little bit, you talked about some of the areas of interest. Don't want you to share anything you haven't already shared, but I know after kind of wrapping your brain around the area, making a few drives here and there, that you've got some areas that you really think are kind of hot spots. Can you discuss that?
I'll discuss them vaguely, but obviously the three communities are Hendersonville, Gallatin, which is basically Sumner County, but there's very specific areas there. There are a couple things over in White House that I'd like to look at, but I think
What investigator said this?
we
Places
have
of
some
interest,
gaps that we just need to resolve.
What,
And I think that
when has Betty ever become SAR or a missing persons? Like, she's able to search for missing people. Like, she has a little badge or whatever. Because I know she made out her press badge. Does she have one of those as well? Do I need to make one? I do still have my. You thought I forgot my press pass that I made for myself. Picture, press pass, skew even. Now, did she print out a missing persons one? Because remember, we had to print out the get out of jail free to go on the backside. We got one get out of jail free card with our press pass.
looking at this with a different approach may come up with something.
Right.
Right now we know that the area around Ground Zero, which is Sebastian's home, his primary home with Katie and Chris, has been thoroughly searched, at least the 5-mile radius.
Okay, so before they did all that, he was just like aching to get out of that chair. Like, I don't know what's going on with him, but he's moving around.
Has been searched, researched, over-searched. So that's not
there he is. What's he
the
doing?
place that I think we would be looking at. We're also having people, reaching out to autistic centers. We're getting flyers into Alaska
Was he trying to say something? Did anyone else see that? Like he was like trying to say something?
Over search.
Watch when he comes back.
That's not the place that I think we would be looking at. We're also having people, reaching out to autistic centers. We're getting flyers into Alaska because people were concerned about Alaska. Although that's not going to be an area that I can search, it's still something that we can use with some information to see if there's any type of lead.
She knows better. You're really trying to put out resources to other freaking states like that? Insinuating that this is a federal case? Insinuating that this is even a case?
Out of that area. So
good
as far as search areas, I really think it needs to be the 3 places. I mean, he was in Hendersonville, so, that should be a given. There's family in Gallatin. That should be a given. And of course, there is a route. So, that has to be looked at.
Right. Well, you made an interesting comment the other day to me when we were talking about this.
Did you guys see him trying to talk
for missing? Is it missing persons, missing children? Can you explain that?
Yes. So it's the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. They are basically the house that they have built into most of the statutes around the country, them being the clearinghouse for missing persons. So how it works is law enforcement has to meet the Amber Alert. So law enforcement has to meet some certain criteria, but the nonprofit that deals with it is the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. And so they put all your Amber Alerts up there and they monitor those. Well, they also do a lot more than just that. They train law enforcement. They give clear directives on how, what the proper protocol should be. It's obviously not something that is written in stone or something that is, they have to do by statute. Some people have adopted it by statute. Some states have not. And so they basically state, because you don't know the situation that's going on when there's an initial missing person, you should always, even if you feel like it's a runaway, you should always, always, always treat the area as a crime scene.
The National Exploited kids, missing and exploited children, do not say that. She's making it sound almost like they're saying this. Like she's like, name drops them and then is saying this stuff. I don't like it. It's rubbing me wrong, Betty.
Heard that there was people in the house.
We don't. Press pass. Okay. Betty.
We've heard that there's not forensic testing. One of the protocols is you go into the house, you secure the bedroom, and you get the necessary paperwork signed up.
That's not the protocol. We don't have a crime. What, Betty? Coming from somebody with their bachelor's in criminal justice and applied science, you don't roll up into some missing person's house, kid, and tape it off. Crime scene, do not enter. You go in and you visually look for any cues. You can ask them if you can search, but before you ask it, hey, can I search? As soon as you walk in, you're canvassing the scene. You're just casing the place out. Then you ask the parents, can we check? Can we check around? Can we look around? Can we look around? See what's going on here? They walk around and they look for traces of a cleanup or bleach or them tearing out carpeting or them redoing a wall or something. Then those officers go and get a warrant. Then they get that warrant. Then they come back to the home, and that's when they can take the evidence. After they serve the warrant, Betty.
Up front
You're
by
welcome.
the
Just
owners, which at this point would be Katie. She was the one that was there when law enforcement got there. And that gives them the right to search that property and search that bedroom. And at that point, when they secure that paperwork, they should be immediately doing forensic testing.
Not until they get that paperwork doesn't give them the right. There's no right when there's no crime.
Not necessarily.
The police cannot just walk up in your home and be like, we're just going to check the place out. No warrant, just checking the place out.
If it doesn't warrant it, but we know that the DA was out there within 72
for baby
hours. We
mom.
know that there was a major change in this case that took this case 180 degrees within the first 3 days. We know that law enforcement scaled back the searches and started looking at this as an investigation by day 8. So even if it wasn't done initially, at those points, that's when that should have been done. But within 3 months is everything I'm reading is when you should have your forensics collected. You're not getting that here. So we're learning that there may not be any forensics.
That's what I was going to
of that
ask
house yet.
Terry.
And I just can't imagine.
I think I asked that the other day. I don't know if anyone ever gave me an answer on the panel I was on, but I was like, autistic centers, what the frick is that? And I thought someone said a place where autistic kids can go. And I'm like, they're going to call their parents. They're not going to just keep them in a, locking up all the autistic kids. Like, I mean, come on now.
5 months later, when this child put his head in a bed inside that home, and he's not there, how we don't have at least forensics for that room. There's probable cause to get forensics for that room.
Really? Betty? They probably took some swabs or whatever they needed, but what are you?
At minimum,
Because we didn't see him in full-blown hazmat suits walking in there. They didn't do anything. That's what Betty's saying.
House, but definitely that bedroom.
Seth, can you confirm?
Well, if you're going to do the bedroom, might as well do the whole damn house if you ain't got a warrant.
I do know that I was there at that house.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Seth?
For the first 3 days. I did not stay the night there. I drove all the way back to Clarksville and would take a different route. Every time that I left here and went there, I would take a different route because I'm looking for my son. But they never.
Why would you take a different route there every time? What do you mean there's not every time? Because I mean, you can't. There's not that many routes. I'm sure. But your son knows how to get to your home. That's what Katie said. So wouldn't you take the same route? Maybe, just maybe, he'd be walking to your house. Maybe, just maybe.
In there, but I never once saw him come in with any type of forensic people.
And Betty,
forensic people.
Day, there was a bunch of people in the house, detectives, law enforcement, but I didn't see anybody, cordon offing anything to make sure nobody could go in there, dusting for fingerprints to see if there was other fingerprints.
That's another thing that's in that National Center for Missing and Exploited directive is the fingerprinting of the room. I found at the front door where they think Sebastian went out of, they didn't even fingerprint. There's just things here that I feel like.
Let's see what the chat's saying.
I don't want to say that the stuff is lost. I don't think it is, but they've got to get in there and get some of this stuff done. And I don't understand what is taking them so long. I can't for the life of me figure this out.
Now, would this be, for the audience, is this where the luminol comes into play and things of that nature?
Yeah, they've been using a new product.
Why did it come right out? I mean, there's a lot of things that are in a crime scene kit. Why are we talking about something that produces blood evidence? There's a need for them to be looking for blood. These people, are they smoking? Not weed. Crack? Are you smoking crack, Betty? Is it crack?
Product called Blue Star.
Is that why you're not on any pain medication? Because it's crack. I'm supposedly allegedly. Just kidding. They're not on crack. Nobody's on crack.
But either way, it's basically the same
Betty,
thing.
You
got to black out the windows. It's a noticeable process. They put almost like these black trash bags over the windows. They have to have it pitch black dark inside for some of this stuff to fluoresce. Some of it's.
I quit. No, they don't. They can pull the shade. It's fine. You know what? I wish I had my old crime scene kit from college. That would be really perfect right now. That would, if I could just bust it out. But yeah, she can't even be real about her own green screen. I mean, she can't even be real about her own house. That's not even her. She's in a green screen. Be real, Betty.
It's faint. So the darker it is, the better they can see. And that's why they do what they do.
Tell Tony, buy himself another green shirt. This is the same one he's been wearing for months.
Also helps identify, like amino black helps identify any type of latent stuff that you can't really see, footprints and other types of stuff that kind of, none of that has been done. And then we hear that Katie has cleaned the house. You know, some of that forensic stuff could have been removed from that cleaning.
Right.
So I just got a
True
problem,
crime,
you
right?
know, seeing these cases and knowing how important forensics are in these cases, not getting them done up front is, to me, it doesn't feel like every stone's being turned over is all I'm saying.
Right. Right. So what else? Betty? Do you have anything else?
What have
Well,
we
I think
discussed?
the only thing right now that's anything else for me is just getting everybody refocused on the real purpose of why we're all here. You know, at the end of the day, Seth was showing a child, you know, a child.
He was showing a
his
baby. What do you mean a child? He didn't show no child, Betty. He showed a baby.
infant form. I mean, this is a human
That was a
being
baby.
that has been missing for
Toddler.
a significant amount of time. And I really hope people take that and internalize it, because
Let me
this
find a
family does
picture
need help.
here.
This child still needs to be brought home. And there's a lot of stuff going on in these cases on the internet that doesn't need to be going on. For example, the constant attacks. Is it impossible for people not to speak about Sebastian without attacking somebody? This is a 15-year-old boy that disappeared. I didn't do it. Tony didn't do it. Seth didn't do it. This
I didn't
child
do
is
it.
missing. You know, attacking people that are out looking and trying to make a difference and trying to help. I just don't feel it's a great path forward.
One of the things that kind of aggravate me on my end is that, you know, I work in law enforcement, and I'm the type of person that I would take 100 inmates walking across the field, you know, looking for, you know, any type of evidence or whatnot. Whether I like them or not, they have a purpose. And while there are some of these people out here on the internet that are sitting there holding their shows, doing their...
How many people are in that jail? 100 people. How many people you got up in your jail in Hendersonville? Or wait, he doesn't work in Hendersonville. I don't know which one he works at. We got to figure that out. Because I'm already typing it up. Like, how many inmates can you walk at one time? Like,
clickbait, you know, which I
how
know
many inmates
they're
can
probably going to have this
a
right
jail
after
guard?
this live. They're going to be all over it. They're going to be throwing as much shade as they can at me. That's fine. It's hot outside. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
It shouldn't be that
one
way, is
officer
my
can handle up
point.
to 200 inmates.
my son shouldn't be missing.
That's true.
There's a lot of things in this world that are wrong. That are just wrong. Human trafficking is wrong. You know, doing things to children are wrong. You know, people being just mean and hateful is wrong. Nobody will understand where I'm coming from when I sit there and I am upset with his mother and that whole family. It's because I don't see them doing anything. When I sit there and I told people to kick rocks, only I used a particular other phrase that there were memes about. I told people to F off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will work with whoever I can to try to bring and find my son and bring him home. Because he's all that matters to me. And we're going to have people out here throwing shade at me. You know, well, I don't like the way he sounds now. I don't like this. I don't like that. Well, I don't like you. But if you get your ass up from behind the fucking computer, it's put out some flyers. Man.
Oh, here we go again.
That's the bare minimum. While you're sitting there throwing,
maybe what we could do.
at your house, understand that I'm not throwing rocks because I'm out there. I put out flyers. I'm literally going to go pick up more and hand out more flyers. I'm running out of supplies, not because I don't have it. It's
because you gave it to Bullhorn Betty when she was there. She told us.
I have to reorder it. It means I'm going through my supplies.
Reorder.
All right.
And you handed me flyers and other stuff. I still have the bands. I'm going to be sending out with the flyers. I haven't had a chance to do it since I've been back, which kind of sucks. But I will be getting it out when I return here in 2 days. I'll be leaving tomorrow, and then I'll be returning here by Wednesday.
I mean, my sister sent me pictures yesterday.
That's a pretty important thing to do, Betty.
You know,
but you can go live.
That was yesterday, right? Yeah, Friday. She sent me pictures of she had to make.
Meanwhile, people have bought bracelets, and Betty hasn't sent them out. It sounds like.
Because she had taken a whole bunch of envelopes with the bracelets, flyers, and everything. Because she came up here and I gave her some, and you know, and she's sending them out to people. And then she turned around and she sent me another picture. She was like, I went to the post office, came back, and she had 15 more people that reached out to her for flyers. So she turned around, packed more flyers into envelopes along with bracelets, and sent them out.
Mhm.
You know, people are doing what they can, but just sitting behind your computer, not doing anything. Come on, can't you be better than that? I mean, every day I wake up and I just want to be better for my son.
Well, Seth, and I think the context too.
Being better and doing better are two different things to me.
Really taken out of context. Sometimes that aggressive
You got to
statement
show
you
us
made
that you're doing it.
was simply you and your way trying to say that you were willing to do anything it took
Who was that
to help
person in the
find
back?
your son. And if people didn't understand that, they could take a hike. I mean, it was a bigger context than just the two words, correct?
It was there. I mean, there was the person that shared that made it the first thing that they shared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was actually at the very end after dealing with everything that I had dealt with, you know, the vigil, emotions were high, you know, Chris showing up twice in one day at the
What
school.
is
And it's like,
this?
dude, you couldn't even say
These
this
links.
the first time you showed up. Why do you got to show up the second time and not actually stay for the vigil?
Was
That
it?
kind of hurt to school. And it's like, dude, you couldn't even say this the first time you showed up. Why do you got to show up the second time and not actually stay for the vigil? That kind of hurt. Like, you want to talk about he's your stepson, but yet you don't want to show up for the vigil, and then you want to sit there and tell me vigils are for, you know, for remembering the dead? No, that's a memorial, dumbass.
And then not only
Vigils are held in remembrance that's how I've always thought of it, but we're going to look up the actual legal jargon, or the actual definition. A period of keeping awake during the time usually spent asleep. Okay, never mind. Especially to keep watch or prey. So it could mean for to get the word out, I guess. I'm trying to think of a better word. Okay. It's an expression of remembrance, solidarity, and support in the face of loss, violence, and heartbreak. So, you dumbass Seth, calling other people dumbasses.
But yet you don't want to show up for the vigil, and then you want to sit there and tell me vigils are for, for remembering the dead? No, that's a memorial, dumbass.
Nope. That's a vigil. So don't call anybody dumbass.
and then not only that, but
how old are we? How old are we? Seriously, Seth, you just had to. He had to do it. Some part in this interview, he had to bring old Proudfoot into it. Nobody was even talking about Proudfoots. They shouldn't have even been brought up this whole damn conversation. It's not to do with them, but he had to do it. Had to take a little jab.
All types of vigils, and it was a prayer vigil.
Look at his face right there. He was, oh my. And then I'm sorry.
It's prayer for
we
his
were more together and asked for God to enlighten us and to bring what is done in the dark to the light. And we were all there in one purpose. We were all there to ask God to bring Sebastian home.
I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't have went. If I was Katie, not a chance in hell. Seth, my ex-husband, putting together a vigil that I tried to take a DV, TPO or whatever, temporary restraining order on him. No, Nope, I wouldn't be there neither.
That's where he is. To make sure
too many people
safe,
against me, not for me.
Being protected by his angels.
That's just me.
I am not there to protect him. I am asking God to protect him.
A vigil isn't a fundraiser.
And everybody that's in the chat, why don't we put some prayer hands, some green hearts up, and
I thank everybody in chat. I thank you for coming in this live stream. My apologies that I don't have more information.
How about a better picture?
There will be a day that I start this.
A newer picture.
I'm going to have my son standing right next to me and be like, it's paid off because he's home.
Yeah.
And keep him out.
Yeah, right, Terry.
I think it's smart. Yeah, and I think it's smart that you showing his baby photos, letting people know that, he is a child. He's a child that's loved, that, you know, you want him to come home. You know, people need to know that he's human. I feel like some people on social media sometimes feel, you know, it's just it's just something on TV or something on a screen, but this really is a human being that was loved. And it's a huge loss with him out of your life right now. You're grieving a lot. You want your son here. So we need to be working together to try to find and locate him. He's somewhere.
Somewhere.
He's somewhere.
There is nothing but find Sebastian.
Right.
So what I think we want to do, just so the audience understands, we are going to be going through all of the questions as a team. We haven't settled on the time that the show will be each week. We will work on that. We will get that out. I think, Seth, correct me if I'm wrong, we're working on having the show probably not on a weekend, but the same day and time each week. Is that correct?
It won't be the same time and day because once I go back to work, which I'm waiting, I've got doctor's appointments still. I have to be cleared by the doctor before I go back to work. But when I do go back to work, I don't have the same days off every week. My schedule is a 2-week schedule.
Okay.
So it's like if I'm off on Wednesday 1 week, I am not off Wednesday the following week.
So we're going to work to do a once a week type show or once every 2 weeks type situation once we figure that out, correct?
You know, I want to keep everybody informed with any information that I'm allowed to share.
There's going to be no new information.
I don't want people getting false information from you know, people that don't have a stake in this. I have a stake in this. This is my.
So he's going to push out all the creators that helped him in the beginning. That's what you're doing, Seth. I mean, I don't care. I don't care about me. I've moved on. I've moved on to other cases. I really didn't even feel like doing this one, but I put up the poll and y'all requested it because I'd have been real cool with hanging out with Sarah Boone tonight or Preston Lord. But yet we're with Bullhorn Betty and Seth and Tony. These guys, if they set up another tip line or they have that tip line still going on, don't call them. Don't call them. If you have a tip, call TBI. I'll pay you to call them. I'll pay you to call TBI, not them. Bullhorn didn't even say anything during this interview. So basically what their plan is, the Three Stooges here, they're going to do a once a week show, different day every week. It's going to be a surprise. So you better be subscribed and hit the all notifications. Yeah, that's not going to work for me, Seth, because you're not going to have any new information to give us every week. So are we going to look at more baby pictures? Because this 21,177 people just lost, counting my people, an hour and 2 minutes and 46 seconds of their life. They just lost that. They're not getting that back. They can't gain it back. It's gone. Just sayonara, RIP, you know? RIP, hour and 2 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. That I had to do that. Mary Beth, I voted another case, Preston. I'm just kidding. I do like to talk about Sebastian. I like getting his name out there. Plus, I have some new news to bring forward tonight. You know, I do. And I think she actually sent me more messages. She did. Okay. So I'm going to read you guys my correspondent. Oh, Lord, there's a lot. Okay, there's not that much. There's a lot, but there's not. Okay. So does everybody know who Jules, the canine handler, is? The dog handler? There was 2 that came out. One of them had the puppies from the Chewy.com commercial, or like ad. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about the other one with the YouTube channel. I think that's going to kick her from the group on the cricket team. Seth seems standoffish from Betty. Probably, yeah. Thanks. I wait for you all. Thanks, Sandra. You didn't get a vote. That's okay. We're going to go over those cases anyway, too. Yeah, how the hell did he get short-term disability? Okay, I'm not going to say nothing about it. I'm not going to say nothing about the disability. Oh my God, I love when Tony gets peeved. It doesn't happen very often, but you know, it happened. It's happening. So Julia, is it Julia or Julie? I I swear it's somewhere on here. I can't see it. So you guys will probably see it. And you can let me know. But I'm going to show you my messages. So basically, what happened was this morning, Granny was doing a live, and she was doing a live over Julia, and just seeing like asking her panel. I'm gonna ask you what the question was for her live. I should have had it up, but she was just discussing with everybody in her, her live, if Julia was real or if she was fake. I thought that her thumbnail was very cute today. After I got the live, I saw that. I was like, that's a cute thumbnail. But I went up there and I talked to her for a little while, and I kept kicking myself off the panel. So it was pretty fun. So it says planted evidence and framing creators. So basically there is a shitstorm brewing in true crime right now. And it's like true crime, and it's going into drama. And drama is considered like true crime and drama put together. So you have like all these different people that are going, like groups that are going back and forth. And I've been on panels the last couple of days, and I don't have anything to say about the creators or the people. I just talk about the case and whatever we can, talk about, I'll agree with or I disagree with. But whatever I've said, I stand on it. I haven't said anything bad about anything, I don't think. But the other night, someone was asking if anybody had like dealt with Julia before. This was the day before yesterday. And I said, I actually had her write me recently, because this is recent. And so I said something about it, and I went on the panel, and we all talked about it. But by the time I got off the panel, and still to this day, 2 days later, 2 panels, 4 lives or something I've watched, I still don't know what the hell's going on. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving you guys the option of what to believe. I'm just giving you guys the evidence or whatever. So what I'm going to do is, before I give you guys this part, is play an email, or play Jay's. I'm going to play Jay's for Justice, but allegedly with Brittany, and I'm just playing Jay's because I know where the timestamp is on hers. But allegedly with Brittany, Jay had gotten, I guess, an email. Now this is me giving it to you I'm giving you all that I know. She got an email from somebody that knows Julia's mom, and says, that Julia's missing. And Brittany doesn't come out with this information. This is since June, like the beginning of June, I guess. Doesn't say anything about it. And then all of a sudden, is like, 2 nights ago, I have this email. I don't know what made her bring it out after having it that long. I'm glad that she didn't bring it out. I don't think she should have brought it out at all, because it just seems like it's a bunch of bull crap. But I think that somebody was trying to get her. I think that somebody was trying to get Brittany to put it out and like make it go on to her. Like it's like her fault that she did this. You know what I mean? Even though she hates me, I'll be nice. I'll say that nice stuff to her. But I think that's why they sent the email to Brittany, because, well, actually, I don't even know anybody else that got the email. Did anybody else get the email? Let me know. Let me know, because there's 3 creators that Julia, I guess, supposedly, was cool with. So let me know. But I wanted to play this actually here for you guys first. And I'm going to put her link in the chat. Let me actually put Seth's link in here one more time. This is Seth's link to his video. I'm going to put in the chat. Oh, no, sorry. That's the link for being, if you want to be a... Great, now I got to go find him. Let me go find Seth's page. I was going to put Seth's link back in there one more time, but I didn't have it. Oh, are you kidding me? Here we go. Okay. So now I had to go find it. And then I'll put Jay's in there. So this is for Seth. So this one here is going to be, this is Jay's for Justice, and she's going to read, she's going to be like, we're listening actually to Brittany's live, but I just didn't know the timestamp for Brittany's. And I was listening to Jay and I heard her go over this. So basically, you know, it's going to be an email that Brittany's going to read on panel that she was given by the family member that know, or a friend of the family of Julia, about Julia.
Listen to this. I found it. Listen to this, guys. This is hello. This was on June the 8th, you guys.
June 8th.
June the 8th. Hello, Brittany. I'm a very close.
June the 8th. Yeah, keep that in mind. June 8th. That's a month ago. I mean, that's a long time to have something and not put it out. What? To prove it was real? I was like, man, I don't know why she would put it out. It has to be for something.
Julia's, the canine handler. And I promised her mother, I'm not going to say her
Oh, and
mother's
also
name.
she's reviewing Jay's for Justice, and you ain't gotta be so mean. You know what I mean? Dang, girl. Dang.
Mother's name. I promised her mother, blank, that I would reach out to you. Her mother has not been up to communicating today, especially you can't even verify this information. You can even verify this information with her if you need to. Her Facebook name is, and obviously I'm not going to say that. It gives me her mother's full name, you guys. First, middle, and last. She says, they said you can verify this name. Her mother is blank. That is Julia's mother. You will see the photos of Julia on her page. You can ask her about blank and blank, basically about the guy that's sending me this. She will verify who I am. I would not lie about this.
Now, hold on a second.
I wanted to message you because
now this is supposedly coming from a friend of the family.
Julia's mother is emotionally distressed about what is going on with Julia's name currently all over YouTube. I said I would forward this message below from her. You can read this on your live if need be. And it says her email in parentheses.
Because this is what's important when your kid's missing. To reach out to somebody that they knew on YouTube that they were talking to about a missing person case.
Just please do not dox my email address or use, wait a minute, it says please do not dox my email address or Julia's mother's. I know you were one of the 3 creators that Julia's mother recalled Julia spoke very highly of. Thank you, and her friend blank. All right, here's the email that was allegedly forwarded to me from Julia's mother, you guys. This is literally supposed to come from Julia's mother. Dear Brittany, my daughter has spoken incredibly highly of you these past few weeks. It has seemed that you and Jay for Justice and T-Rev have been very kind to her and have showed unwavering support.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
So where's Jay's letter? Where's her email? What about T-Rev? Wouldn't T-Rev throw that out there if he had it to get the heat off of him?
That I can trust you to get out this information. So they wanted me to go live with this, y'all.
Nope.
As you know, we have not heard from Julia since very late last night. Her last message was to a friend at 5 a.m. this morning when she went out for a run down in Tennessee.
So she's just been from that morning went missing. And her mom's already calling the police, and Julia's got to be in her 30s. So that right there, I ain't buying that. Whose mom's going to be calling the authorities for them after not seeing them for a few hours? I mean, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's very crazy.
We have to wait until 5 a.m. tomorrow to officially report her as missing. I have been speaking to with the TBI agents themselves, and they are very aware that Julia has not been seen or talking, and they're taking this very seriously. My daughter left for Tennessee a few days after Mother's Day. I have not seen my daughter since then. She was so excited to help with this case, and now to see what people have done to her absolutely breaks me as a mother. My heart breaks for blank. Okay, my heart breaks for Blake. I can't even talk. I'm sorry. My heart breaks for Christopher, Katie, and Seth. It always has been broken for them, and I know Julia felt the same way. I have had to sit here and endure video after video of people absolutely trashing my daughter's name. I saw a video title with the name. I saw a video title with the channel with the name B in it, and I like the channel creator. She was very nice in regards to Julia. However, one of her guests named Voices was absolutely disgusting. All right, I'm gonna stop there for a minute. How many of you think her mother's sitting there watching Queen Bee?
Thank you.
I'm just gonna leave that there for a second and finish this.
Really?
However, one of her guest names were Voices, and she was absolutely disgusting. She made a comment about how if Julia were in war, what would she do? Throw a weapon at them and cry? How disrespectful. Julia is not a robot.
Voices.
And she has multiple awards for saving people overseas. Heck,
Voices had said worse.
the Elks Lodge in Pottstown, so-and-so, had her as a guest speaker on Veterans Day. And this Voices
And I've heard that was a lot. I heard someone looked that up and they couldn't find her, but
woman claims to have had
I
a
didn't do it.
detective, claims to have a detective who said that because Julia plays music over her reels of her and her canines, someone must be handling her canines. Are you joking? What else has that woman done in her life aside
I mean, why wouldn't you put music over your reels? Yeah, you put music over your reels. People don't want to hear the commands of your dog. Like, no offense. No offense. I mean, like, they don't. They want to see something cool. They want to hear music. They want to say, like, oh, there's a transition going on. You know what I mean? Like, they just being
driving
real.
around
If you want to
in her
reach a
car all
larger
day and
audience,
coming
like
on
kids,
YouTube?
like
has she fought for our
younger
country?
people.
My daughter has a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star. Julia has sent copies of her certifications to TBI, FBI, and the U.S. Marshals
And we're going to get answers for a lot of this stuff that she's saying, too.
and the sheriff's office. She doesn't owe these creators anything. How dare that woman speak with such disdain? And I have seen my daughter's videos. She has never said Max was her dog. Again, that Voices person said that Julia pretends to handle Max, but in reality, she just asked the handlers a bunch of questions and then posts videos about random dog facts. That is a complete dog garbage pile. But your daughter's supposedly missing, right? But all we're talking about is Voices and Queen Bee.
Who's the one lying here? Is Julia lying to her mother? Not actually lying to her, but
Or is this not even her mother? Right.
Yeah, or it's not her mother. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Oh, so this is from her mom. Okay.
Okay. So that is the part she read. And then she went on to say,
She basically told me that.
Brittany went on to say after that, hi, Kendi. She went on to say that there was a few more paragraphs still.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. This is like a two-parter. I don't know why she couldn't have read the whole email on one live. To me, that's almost like you're going to do like a part 2. Because, like, you know, why couldn't you read it all? All the paragraphs? I'm just wondering. You know. Oh, they're talking about voices. Voice for the voice for the voiceless. Anyone can write anything. Yeah, anyone can type out anything too. Maybe she needs to take it off for some reason. I don't know. It's not really doing anything if the car's just sitting there anyway, though, I guess. Yeah, right. Okay, because we're here in a minute, we're gonna get some answers. I'm just reading hey Shal, I'm just reading the chat. Okay. So this is I don't know why we couldn't read the whole thing on one live. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I just wonder why we didn't get it all. And I'm going to put the link in there for Jay's video, but if you had an email, when you read the whole thing, why are we nitpicking? Why are we picking shit out? Just like with other things I've seen. Little text messages and stuff. You're getting like here, you're getting a text message here and you're getting this text message here, but you're not getting the middle. You know what I mean? We've been seeing these be debunked and stuff and happening. It's just very crazy to me. So basically me and Julia got Ladybug's on here, her little pictures. Ladybug's probably like, what am I doing up in Tanya's chat? She just took a picture of the chat summary. So do you remember the other night when I came on here and I was laughing about the chat summary and we all laughed together about Squeaky? Old Squeaky wheel losing it. So old Squeaky, apparently my chat summary auto-generated to say, the live chat is discussing Squeaky's recent behavior. They are concerned about her mental state, meaning and this is a guy, but her threatening behavior and her solicitation of money for a weapon, but meaning, GUN. Oh man. Now, Squeaky, Where do we find these? I don't even know where we find these, but I'm loving it. I'm loving these chat summaries. I want to learn how to find them. That's my chat summary from the other night. Poor Squeaky. Squeaky's like, yeah, that's what happened too. That's what happened. So this is more messages. And then this is how it started. So I'm just reading these out to you. I did not delete anything because it looks like I did right here. I don't get my life. I don't get it either. But this is just it. This is how the cookie crumbled. So it says, oh my God, your chat summary. Haha, sorry. I had to send this to you. By the way, I've been here for almost a month and I've never had an issue like she's having with being followed or anything. Must have been like I must have had a post or something. But this is also why I never live streamed and why I never tell people where I'm at, with the exception of posting a photo of K9 Aura or K9 Gator searching in the woods somewhere. Plus, it is sort of to protect the dignity of the one you are searching for. I would hate to find him out here and have Chris, Katie, or Seth see that on a live. By the way, thank you for being so kind to me. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to live stream that either. And I put a laughing face. I'm dying right now. I have to show this to Squeaky. It's a male too. I need to figure out the chat summary. Good God, YouTube is going to think we're over here killing each other off. If my words could be replayed over and over, you know, that's what it sounds like. And then she just talked about, you know, these are like redundant, but I'm just reading them to you. I have a screenshot of so many chats. I've screenshot so many chat summaries because they get so ridiculous. LMAO. I know the one time I was telling people that my parents were coming down to Tennessee to visit while I'm here, and my brother told them to bring bear spray to Gatlinburg. And somehow chat summary turned it into I was afraid of bears. Why would her chat summary do that for if she's talking to her mom? So, oh my God, I know. Mine said a subscriber needed therapy. Do you go live on your channel right now? You are always welcome on my channel to chat about Sebastian or whatever. And it says here, I go live every once in a while. I wasn't for a bit because I was busy on search operations. So she was just on search operations as of Tuesday. Well, June 29th, June 20. I don't even, it just says Tuesday, 11/29. I'm assuming last Tuesday. I said, thank you. We could do a live together whenever you're available. I would love to know more about how canines work because there are special training for each type of dog. I would be honored. You did an amazing job on your live tonight also. So she must have tuned in. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on and I wanted to, so okay, this is my message from today. So that was just like, and I said it even to everybody on panel. I was like, we didn't really have context to our conversations, unlike everybody else is saying, because other people that are, you know, were coming up were saying like they had talked to Julia and it was about like this and that and this and that. And I was like, well, she came to me, but it was like in a different, you know, a different way. So yeah. It's not Mama. Mama's only a one-parter. Mama's not a three-parter. Terry Lynn, you're not going to be part of the book. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not part of the book. She clears up some stuff. Terry Lynn was like, "Don't put me in your book." I'm sorry. Terry Lynn had me laughing. Don't put me in your book. I don't want to be part of Mama 3. And then you got Squeaky, the chat summary. Someone's losing their mind named Squeaky. It was really funny. Okay, I'm getting myself prepared. So I'm gonna read all these. I didn't know that there was a chat summary either. I don't know where I wonder where it's at. I can't find it. Okay, so this is all today. I'm just gonna go through like this really quick just to show you like due diligence is, I'm still working on it. Okay. I'm trying to find it. Okay, there's where I read her. I don't know why I put, yeah. Hold on. Never mind, because I'm not at the, I'm like, why did I put that? Because I'm not at the top. Then go back up to the top. Okay, so that was all, you know, I've gone on, blah, blah, blah. All right. Now, I said, I don't know what's going on. And I went on a panel and listened to 3. But if you want to put anything out or come up on the panel and tell your side of the situation, let me know. A lot of people have questions and it would be constructed. Now, could someone please tell me if anyone knows in the chat, if I say something and you could bring something to the table, let me know. Like throw some bombs in there. Throw some bombs in the chat. Be like, wait a minute. So she said, hey, girl, my attorney advised me to not go up on panels, but I will say this. Whoever that person is who sent that email back on June 8th is not my mom and is not my family friend, Jeff. I sent Britt, meaning allegedly Brittany, a message. I want that email address sent to me immediately because they are spreading false information about me and my family and making fun of me having PTSD. Now, I don't know who made fun of her for having PTSD, but sure as hell was not me. And I don't know who it was. I did not hear anything like that because I have chronic PTSD. And you best believe I'll be the first. I mean, I got triggers every day. Every day. Every day. Someone knocks on my door. Did it the other day. I didn't know who it was. I don't know why people do that. They come not prepared. One of these days, it's going to be like my home and on an apartment, and it's going to be stand your ground because people don't know when to call. But Vincent would look on the video camera, and he said it looked like 2 movers. So whoever you were, stay away from my house. Anyway, my mom would never have someone else send an email on behalf of her, and I can't believe people believe that. Now, you tell me what you guys think. I definitely did not receive a Purple Heart, and I cannot believe someone put that out there. So right there, like, as this was in the email, was like, she's a decorated war, veteran. She has a Purple Heart and something else like Medal of Valor or something. I'm not sure what the other one was, but she's saying right here, I definitely did not receive a Purple Heart. And she said, I will also say I am not writing a book called Mama 3 or whatever. Mama is a standalone novel about a black bear in Pennsylvania, which is based off of the real-life attack on Darsh Patel back in 2014, just like Jaws was based off of a shark attacks in New Jersey a long, long time ago. Yeah, back in the 60s when my mama was around. When did that movie come out? 60s, 70s? I think, was it the 70s or the 60s? Jaws. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry. I'm sure YouTube has me on some sort of list. Squeaky, yeah. Yeah, you're definitely on the list. I'm on there with you. I'm on there with you. Yeah, it really did. So I think she's getting an attorney because of all of the internet harassment, which I personally think, if it was to this level, if I was in her shoes, I would be getting an attorney also. Everything that's saying, okay, so if we're going by what's being told to us, we're being told by a YouTube creator that Julia's mom came out and wrote this email to her. But you're going to hear in here that Julia, according to Julia or Julie, her mom did not write any email. She didn't write that email. And now people are doxing her mother online. Now, if somebody were doxing my mom online, I'd be getting an attorney too, and I'd be taking everything you have. Because that's, you don't do that. I mean, if you want to mess with someone's YouTube, or you want to mess with them on YouTube, do that. Just don't be bringing anyone's mama into this. You know what I mean? Don't bring people's mom into this. But she said there's no part 3 for mama. There's now, it says it's a standalone, so there's only one. I keep hearing people say I claim to be active duty and I need to be on TDY orders. I am not active duty. I am AGR, Active Guard Reserve. And I have a thumbs up here because I meant to tell her and I forgot. I actually know what this is very well. So let me read this to you. Active Guard Reserve, you know how there are standalone reserve centers. They have to be staffed 5 days a week. Army reservists may only meet once a month there, but there is still training that needs to be planned, and the unit has to be run day to day. AGRs can work remote. We did it during COVID. As long as I submit my paperwork, that is all they care about. Basically, she is like in my opinion, I don't know if this is right, but she's like a recruiter. She works like a recruitment type office where they come in once a month, they do their drills out in the parking lot, or they'll have them do little, jumping jacks and stuff. We used to have one right beside where I used to work. I used to work at a sporting goods store when they had one. And I used to check out the young cadets because they were my age. I was like, I was like 18, 19, 20 at the time. So I'd be looking out there at the little boys doing their little, sit-ups and their push-ups. And that's what they would do there for the Army. I don't know what part of the military she's in. Is she Army, Marine? I don't know. But I know that the Army does that. So she can work from home as long as she's getting these recruited. Like if she probably has a quota she has to meet. If she's meeting the quota, she can stay home. Also, my canines are not retired. Canine Gator's last handler retired from the DOC due to a medical condition. They allowed Canine Gator to go with him because he is a dual-purpose canine. So he is trained at patrol / tracking and narcotics. They are trying to phase patrol canines out of their programs because I guess unaliving people isn't mean, but a canine apprehending someone is. Man, they're taking their canines out? Really? Wow. Why would they take the patrol canines out? His former handler could no longer care for him, so I was linked up with him through a volunteer who frequently assessed with a canine rehoming program, and that was now how I got Canine Gator. Yes, he is 9, but there is no age limit to how old / young a canine needs to be. As long as they can pass their cert, all of my canines are currently certified. It looks like she sent me pictures of those. You guys would know these better than me. Are these all her dogs? Should have asked her that. Didn't ask her any questions like that. I'm just looking at them. Date of birth. So we've got, you're the oldest. All right, no, wait, when do we have anybody for that? 2013, 2015, and then 2020. She's probably like, these two sons of bitches. I don't care. I don't need another dog for a while because I have 2 big dogs and they're hard. But then she got a 3rd one. And then a 4th, 5th, 6th. What? Are these all her dogs? It's a lot of dogs. It's a lot of dogs. But heck yeah, I guess these would be 6, 7 dogs I'd want to. I guess one of them have around me if they were trained because my dogs ain't trained. My dog chewed the trash up earlier. It was out on the balcony before I could take it down. She's chewed it through twice today. I haven't taken it down. She keeps reminding me. That I need to take it down. I'm like, damn dog. God love her. Those are cute dogs though. And I'm just showing you what she sent me. This is Canine Buck. Don't know why his picture looks like he's a fake dog. Oh, she's talking about this is a passing. Oh, Canine Buck. It is with a heavy heart that we announced the passing of Canine Buck on June 26th. Canine Buck retired in April 2024 at 14 years old. Buck dedicated 11 years of service alongside Sergeant Ryan, I'm not trying to pronounce that, in the Canine South Unit. How many years? 14 or 11 years? Oh my Lord. Can you imagine having a partner for 11 years? It's a dog. And he was for narcotics and patrol. And I think she sent me the picture to show that there are older dogs. Just because they're older don't mean they can't sniff stuff. My dog is old. I consider her like not old. I don't consider her older. She's still a puppy. She's 6, 7. But I mean, as in like for like sniffing and stuff like that, she's probably considered old. And that dog can sniff out a squirrel a mile away or a mallard. Best believe it. Best believe it. Okay. These are beautiful dogs, though. And then, oh, just so you know, I'm not nuts. This canine is Buck. He retired at age 14 in April. Unfortunately, he just passed away. Sorry for all the messages, which I understood her writing me because, a lot, because she probably needs somebody to talk to. She has the internet coming after her all over an email. I don't even know what the rest of it is, but I know some of it's over the email that we didn't even vet. We didn't vet. No one vetted this email. No one's vetted this email. I want to make that clear. We haven't seen the email. We've only heard the email. That's all we got. And for us being people that want receipts, we need to be getting that receipt. We need that receipt. Julia's saying it's fine. Give us the email address. If you have any other questions that I can answer about myself personally, I could do that. As far as the evidence thing goes, I really can't talk about that since I hired an attorney, but he's taking care of that with the TBI, LE, FBI. And now everybody today I've heard has called the FBI or TBI. If you're having some stupid YouTuber, dumbass YouTuber drama, anything, don't take that to the TBI. Unless they're threatening your life, not anything else, not threatening to come, none of that. Because people threaten stuff all the time. Bullhorn Betty ain't going nowhere. But it's just like you're wasting TBI's resources. Really, are we doing that nowadays? Are we? Not only are we lying, are we cheating, are we scheming, but we're going to go ahead and take the resources too? Like a Carly Russell? We're going to Carly Russell these officers? That's what I'm going to start calling it, a Carly Russell. When you start putting it out people, when you be taken from the police, you're just pulling a Carly. It says, I sent Britt a message. I want that email address because I want to know who is pretending to be my mom / my mom's friend and is saying lies about me. My mom would never say stuff about me like that, especially to a friend. And she certainly would not email a random YouTuber. I want to make sure I think these are all okay. Okay, yeah. So someone I put is pretending to be your mom, and she wrote, Brittany, I wonder what the end game was there. You don't seem like you would make yourself disappear during an active missing child case. I was making that clear. You don't seem like the type. You gave me a lot of answers, and if I have any questions, I will let you know. I know the internet is coming for you, but if you don't give them anything, they will find someone else to turn on by the end of the week. I don't know what has gotten into people with this case, but I have never seen this type of behavior in a true crime case. If I was you, I would ask Britt for that email, and she should have no problem giving it to you. After all, it's your mom. I don't see anyone else's mother reaching out to a YouTube myself. So I am wondering who's behind the accounts. Also, having a lawyer isn't a bad plan. I would never tell someone to not have a lawyer. Yeah, I sent her a message on here asking her for that email, but my mom would never reach out to a random YouTuber or ask a friend to do it. It just makes zero sense. Allegedly, it was a family friend named Jeff, but when I just spoke with Jeff and asked him, he about lost his shit because he doesn't do that. Now that was I was like, what? That name was right. So they knew her mom's personal friend named Jeff. If someone said, I know your mom's best friend, Rhonda, I'd be feeling threatened. Actually, I'd be feeling threatened. Woo. Oh, after I said that out, yeah, I would. Wow. Allegedly, it was a family friend. Okay, I said that. So I don't know whether this person is claiming to be my mom or someone named Jeff, but I am getting sick of all this stuff. Someone streamed my mom's Facebook today and her school page, and that is 1 or 10,000% or, million%, a million. Not okay. Yeah, just leave her mom alone. You know what I mean? Like, leave her family out of it. I mean, if you want to go after her, it's one thing, but don't go after her family. Yeah, that seems a little weird to me. I figured Brittany made up that email because she needed content, to be honest. Wow, that means this is deep. For them to know you have a family friend named Jeff, wow, I wouldn't mess around with people like that. That is the kind of stuff that fuels nightmares. And then I put, oh, wow, I'm sorry. Like, that does fuel nightmares. Like, we know you're, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My mom is so private. Like, when she was alive, she was so private. So if somebody were to know her friend's name, I would be like, you know, what? But there's a bunch of lies in the letter, Elizabeth. So why would she lie? Why would she lie about it and like about the Purple Heart? She says, that's right here. I don't have a Purple Heart. I don't know why these people are going out there saying I have a Purple Heart when you could check a data bank and it'll tell you right there that I don't have a Purple Heart. Isn't that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But I'm giving the wheel to you guys. It says, also, I wasn't coming to operate as an MP. I think people are getting that confused. My credentials and schooling as an MP give me the credibility and schooling to work alongside LE in a capacity, if that makes sense. If I were a fueler or an infantry person, it wouldn't carry the same. Some academies actually let former MPs test out of certain academic classes because credentials do cross over. Does that make sense? I put a thumbs up, but that makes no sense no, I don't know. I have no idea what that means. I don't know why I said thumbs up. And she does say because of the chats that she does think that. Yeah, Mom, she does come out and say that too. She does come out and say about the him being in the chat. It says, because I didn't know, I've never heard of Jeff. I was like, who's that person now? You know, like really? Because they told me a bunch of names yesterday. I was like, what? So it says, well, I know my friend Jeff was on YouTube channels and he got into a few fights with someone who was hardcore against me, but then he was like, I'm out with this whole YouTube thing. So I asked him when that fight happened and also who that person was. Very weird. Also, for the record, laugh out loud, I never said Max was my canine. There are a lot of rumors going around that Max was not a certified tracking canine, and that was a lie. He's a dual-purpose canine, which is just like mine. Someone asked me on a live if I owned Max or used him to track at all, and I said, no, he's not. I can't handle him because we are not a certified canine team. His handler is with SCSO. Okay. Oh, well, I guess I do have a question. So let me see. If your dog is trained to sniff, right, for cadavers, it has to be you, like the dog. Okay. So if you train the dog, that's your dog, just you guys, you can't go with another dog that's like cheating. That dog won't smell. It just won't sniff or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like dog person hookup only? Like, you can only have that one dog is what I'm trying to say. Is that how it works? Or can, like, if I was a canine handler, right? And Vincent was a canine handler, could he handle my dog? Could he give it the cues is what I guess I'm saying. We needed to ask Julie. I'm sitting here with a freaking canine handler person on the screen. I'm asking that question. Let me write that down. That's a good question for me. I don't know. I'm wondering now. Yeah, she says it's not hers. Yeah. Okay. Not Jeff H. I don't think it's Jeff H. I don't think so anyway. I'm wondering if, because that would answer a lot of questions. Chris Proudfoot also went on a panel and said, I was cleared by SCSO and TBI, so they knew I was legit handler. Makes zero sense because a lot of people are saying she's not a legit handler. I think she's probably a legit handler. I don't know. I have no reason to to say no. But then again, this whole case has got me side-eyeing everybody. I'm side-eyeing my own self. I'm side-eyeing my own damn dogs. I said I would definitely look into who Jeff was around when he was on the platform. Maybe they were saving the name until now. Maybe saw Jeff in comments somewhere. This helps a lot. I thought I heard CP say that was on Queen Bee's live. Like I was asking her. I was going to try and find the clip and play it. Because if there's a clip out there saying that she is a canine handler, like for sure, I was going to, play that clip. But then she said that Cheesy Weezy said it. Cheesy Weezy's a block of cheese with a voice. I don't want to go back to like a block of cheese. I want to, like a piece of paper. I also gave all my canine certs to the TBI. But yes, CP said it also. Cheesy Weezy reconfirmed it on that live I was on. And I said, I will go back and try to find it. No, I couldn't. I couldn't remember which live she was on. And then she sent me this. And it says Real Jules Valente, any OnlyFans. So someone's going around like with saying that she has an OnlyFans, and that's getting to her too. And that would get to me. That would get to me. You can only use your dogs. Thank you, Mama Bear. I wasn't sure. I like that. These are mine. You know what I mean? Like these are my dogs. Only me. I mean, I like that idea, Wish my dogs were trained. I mean, you have to do that yourself. The training part, they're smart. They know what to do. It's just about them doing it. They're sisters, so they look at each other, and then they both decide to make bad decisions together. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Sorry if any of those were your names. But yeah, I didn't mean to like blow them up that much, but that's what I had to do. Also, there's a fake me running around claiming to be an OnlyFans Julie's Valente, and that is not me. Also in that interview, CP does say, I'm a reserve officer. This was before I corrected him and I told him I was AGR. So now he understands. And then she was talking about, I thought she was talking about somebody in the chat. I think she's talking about like just Jay. And I was like, dang. Because it has her mom's pictures on there. Now, Jay, don't put her mom's picture on there. Come on, was that her mom at the trash can? What is that? Hold on a second. What is this? Really? Is this her mom with like the trash can or something? I don't even know. I don't even want to know. Why am I blasting it over here? I'm like over there like, yelling at Jay for doing it. It just says like people are sharing my mom's principals YouTube videos. This is disgusting. I wish they would leave my family alone. Sorry to vent. I just want this to stop. Okay. I'll just make sure that's all stuff I can show. I mean, I already showed it. So, you know what I mean? I said, oh, wow, no one should be bringing your family into this. That is really, really low. I would be extremely upset if that were my mom. And I think we all could say that we would be upset if our mom were being doxxed or bothered by, you know what I mean? Somebody, anybody, people. I mean, I'd be like, you take it out on me. I would show up. I'm sorry, y'all, but I would be showing up on doorsteps. That's why my mom is with the good Lord right now, because couldn't have a YouTube channel with my mom not on this earth, not with a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I will, I will. Yeah, of course. If you want to know about it, of course I will. We're about done with this anyway. So yeah, you had a question about my eye. I am actually legally, permanently, forever blind in my right eye. I have a prosthetic. It's a prosthesis, so it is acrylic and it's like half of a football, looks like. And I was in a car accident, really bad car accident. But I don't remember losing it. I just remember waking up without it. And I was like, didn't even know. Gloves are off if anyone talks to his mom, right? Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I mean, even if you come on the platform and you're like, okay, like, I know what I'm getting myself into here, you know, but nobody knows what they're getting themselves into when they start YouTube. But if you think like that, you know, you're like, I don't know. Just don't talk about no one's mama. Don't bring mamas into it. Mama the book. You know, we got mama her mama. Watch now, someone's gonna come after my mom because I just put it out there, you know what I mean? Don't come after my mom. Don't come after Cindy, though. Cindy didn't do nothing, okay? Cindy didn't do nothing. Eleanor Jean, that was her first name. Thank you, B. Frank. You're a blessing. Thank you. I am. And I'm fortunate to have this one. And my vision, it used to be, it's not anymore. We're going to have to get that checked out. But it used to be 20/15 in this eye, so it was like over perfect. So I'm really good at finding things, though. It's really weird. You think that I would lose stuff a lot, or like I run into stuff a lot. I do that, but I don't lose stuff. I can like find the littlest thing too. It makes me so happy when I can find stuff that's small. Oh man, Brett, my memory's bad too after my accident. It comes and goes in waves. Like sometimes I'll just be sitting here and my brain just like, it just stops on me. And it's not a normal brain memory mishap. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those, you are going at 50 miles per hour and you're just suddenly like stopping. You know what I mean? It's like that. And it's just like, what were we talking about? Like, that's the worst. That's the worst feeling. A canine will track with another handler if they are trained correctly. Oh, but in a court of law, not being a certified national team may not stand up. I didn't know. See, I don't know a lot about canines. We need to learn more. We need to learn more about the canine dogs. And why are they taking them out of local sheriff's offices? Do people not want to train with dogs anymore? Are they going to have like mechanical dogs? Something futuristic? Yeah, Britt, me too. I can't tell you what I talked about yesterday on this panel. I can't tell you what I talked about on Granny's panel today. I couldn't tell you. Britt said he comes and goes. So that's what happens to me too. But I know as soon as I start listening to it, I'll be like, oh yeah. But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was cleaning. Or was that today? Probably both days. I clean every day. But, morning things, getting the dog settled, cat. My cat wasn't feeling good for the last I think it was just one night. It was one night and it's been the worst. Oh no, I'm just putting it out there what she said. Now I do think it's messed up that someone's going after her mom. No one should go after her mom. No one needs to go after family members. And anybody on the platform that's a creator will tell you that. Unless they hate their mom. Then they'll probably be like, yeah, whatever. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so it's been 10 years since I lost it. I would love to be able to see with two just for a minute. I want that peripheral vision back. That's what I miss. Because running into doors and doorways, the wall, the corner of the wall. Just if you're going fast, you're trucking it around the house, you're going fast. I catch my shoulder on the wall and I'm surprised my shoulder hasn't gone out of place, actually. Surprisingly enough. But yeah, I'm not defending her. I'm just giving you what she said. And I do feel bad for people going after her mom. And I do feel bad for people going after her because we haven't seen a receipt. We're just going to believe an email that we didn't see. What kind of sleuthers would we be? What kind of YouTube sleuthers would you all be if you guys did not see the email? So let me get this straight. Hold on a second. Let me just beep. We're not going to believe Julia because why? But we're going to believe Brittany because why? Because I can read to you all day long. I mean, pretend like I'm reading you something. Like right here. 53 pages of Sarah Boone's writings. I could say June 8th, email. Dear Brittany. Or you know what I mean? Anybody can do that. So we can't just take one over the other, can we? We got to see some sort of receipt, right? That's what you guys always ask for, right? Now think if this was me. Think if I got an email. I want y'all to really think about this shit. No, seriously, y'all think about this. If I were to get the email, would you expect me to show it? Would you have expected to see it last night? And if you say no, y'all are lying. Y'all are lying seconds. Because I know better. I know better. You guys, because you guys would be like, well, where is it? Someone would say that in the chat. One of you lovely people would say, Tanya, well, where's the email? I want to see it. I can't read what you're saying. You know? I don't know. I just feel like people would, you know, I mean, we would just always ask for receipts. And if Julie's actually coming out here and saying like, hey, I want one with the email, I mean, you know, I think that if she didn't want to put it out, she shouldn't have to. Trying to think of how I wanted to word this. Like, I just don't know who would give someone an email June 6th. This email, it's just saying that Julie's been, you know, no one's seen her since 5 o'clock that morning. I don't know. Just what would be the purpose of it? Could it be like T-Rev's people? I'm talking through all this with you guys. I'm just thinking about it. Could it be like someone that T-Rev knows? Like just trying to get Brittany in trouble, or like to get the heat off of T-Rev with all the stuff that he was doing? Because he's got his new album that just dropped. I mean, I don't know. Now, would Julie maybe send this, or Julia send this on her own behalf? You know, like, and she wanted people to feel sorry, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know the end game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you get out of it. Well, thank you for renewing your membership. I appreciate that. And actually, a couple of you guys got some memberships today. Thank you. I saw that. I was looking. I saw some new names. I was like, got some new members. We're going to do members only live here soon, too. It has to be the T-Rev thing. I mean, it is going to take it's taking the heat off of T-Rev. And T-Rev and Brittany are friends, aren't they? I'm just saying, if we could pull out conspiracies over on that side, we'll pull them out on this side. What's up with that, actually? What's up with Brittany knowing T-Rev? T-Rev's in hot water. She's been avoiding talking about him. Now, all of a sudden, there's an email saying, look over here. Not over here. I'm side-eyeing everybody. And I've only got one. So it's getting tired. So put your crap together, people. Get your crap together. I don't think the Proudfoots are really behind the email. I think that they are glad nobody's talking about them. Or talking to them. I don't know. That's just me, though. Because it seems like they didn't want any attention on them at all, you know? So it would seem out of the ordinary that they would bring more attention to themselves, I would think. I don't know, though. Oh, I canceled all my memberships. I have one membership. I'm going to have more memberships. I'm going to put them back. Even Vincent was like, who did he say? I think it was Deets. He's like, you don't have Deets anymore? I'm like, I'm going back. I just took all of them off so I could redo it. Because there was a couple I didn't want to, be a member of. Well, I think Terry with her is she's looking on her own, right? She's not part of a group. So wouldn't she be able, even if she's military, wouldn't she be able to go out on the weekends and search like in her own time? Oh, thank you, Nashville. You did great on Pinhole. I would have bolded. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, BJ. Yep, here I've always been buddy. Yeah, it's that bad. DM. Yeah, he had 700 people unsubscribe from his channel in one day. Let's go look. You can look up anybody you want, myself included, on Social Blade. And it gives you all the stats. The income is not correct on there. I mean, it looks mine's probably looks more correct, but it does, and some of it's not really correct on there. But it's just supposed to give you a little bit of a an overview of what they, what they are, what they have. So let's see. Let me share this with you. And thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you're gorgeous, by the way. I wish I had that thick hair. I wish I had thick hair. Fine hair. A lot of it just so fine. Don't like that. So he hasn't done any videos since this one still? Has he done any lives? Because I haven't been looking. I mean, ain't gonna lie. Let's see. I don't, look at his page that much. I think the last time I looked at it was when we looked at it on panel. Wow. I told you he's going to dip for a little bit and then he'd be back. So the last video he did was 5 days ago, and it was over Micah Miller. And then he did a live 13 days ago. Hold up a second. Okay. Here they are. I thought he deleted his Sebastian content for a minute. I was like, what? But I mean, seriously, oh my Lord, how long have you been? Like, how long has he been talking about Sebastian? Okay, so he hasn't done anything in 13 days. What about community ball? 2 days ago. Wait, wasn't there something? No, I think this is about the same. 20 comments and he has 70,000 people on his subs. That's not that math ain't mathing for me. But we're gonna go over here to Social Blade. That's what we're coming for. Video view. He did delete videos. 42,607 hours worth. Or views worth. Views. 42,607 views. What are you deleting? What are we deleting? Now we'll see how many where the subscribers went to. Look at this. Subscribers negative 2.3K in the last 30 days. Good morning, good night. That gives me anxiety. If I lost 2.3K subscribers, oh Lord. Man, and then the album dropping. How many album sales have you had, bro? How many albums have you signed without giving it to somebody? Look at this. Upward, boop. And that's how they're always going to look. You're going to see that high point, and then you'll see where people just get sick of the bullshit. They get sick of the lies. They get sick of the crap. I mean, it happened. Look here. Look what happened in January 2023. What'd you do in January, T-Rev? What'd you do in September of 2023? What's going on here? What's happening? What's happening? I don't know. Then they go down. Look at this. Right here. Down. Up. Down. I'm going to investigate. Call me Titanium Investigations. I'll put my thing back on, my press pass. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget to hit the ring button. Ring that bell. I forgot I had this press pass that I've printed out. I meant to put my get out of jail for free pass on the back, but I forgot to print that part out. Aries, imagine being the one that has to talk about it. Physically talk about it. I mean, it's coming out of my mouth. I'm exhausted now. Actually, I'm not. I'm really kind of awake. What's going on here? Why am I awake like that? But I am. We've been on the live 2.5 hours, and it didn't feel like it though. So why does it say live right here? Oh, live subscriber count. Okay, gotcha there. I didn't know. But yeah, he did delete some 7/6/2024 on Saturday. I mean, you're seeing 100, 800, 500. Oh man, the numbers are going the wrong direction. Could you imagine? I couldn't imagine. Okay, I always say that. I say that all the time. Could you imagine? I don't know know why I say it like that. But really, man. And you can tweet it if you want. I wouldn't want them to tweet me. See my full monthly stats. Verifying you're a human. I'm a human. Oh, he deleted. Okay, he's deleted shit before. He's deleted so much. 1,000 videos. Come on now, dude. I have 1,000 videos, and you've been on here way longer than you've been on here longer than me. So no. Created September 4th, 2009. Crazy. Are they going to show us anything else? No. Oh my, his channel. Channel type games. No, sir, it is not. So it puts him in the top 100 people or 100 like creators because of the category he has himself placed in. It looks like. What is he doing? He is not. T-Rev, you are not a gamer. I've heard of like Pascal doing that. Like, but he puts under like for like okay for kids or something. I've heard, but I don't take my word at that. Thank you, Mama Bear. She gave me 999. She said because there's no drama here. That's right. Don't you bring it in here either. I'll get you. He dirty deleted, yeah. Yeah, man. They always do the dirty delete. You'll notice it. Go to anybody's channel. 200 videos. Oh, you've been on the platform 4 years? Okay. You do a video every night? Okay, that math ain't mathing. Math ain't mathing. I don't delete crap. I just don't because I don't know why. Probably should. You know what I mean? I probably should revamp my page and like probably delete a lot of videos, but I don't. And you can go back to see my first original video. If you go to videos under there, under like the video tab, it'll show you like popular, oldest, newest or something. Go to oldest. And then my first video will be there and it talks about trauma. Just if you want, check it out. You'll see my personality. It's the same as it is now. I might not be as confident as I'm like right now because we do lives every night. So, you know, might be a little more confident, but for the most part, it's got the same person. Might have gained a couple pounds. I don't know. Maybe lost a couple pounds. Can't remember. Terry Dean, yeah. I think that he's closer to the home, but I don't want to think that way, but you know. Yeah, well, he has the kids now in Nashville. He's got the kids. They're out doing water activities together in a lake, but there's only like this much of the lake that you can see, so I'm not sure if they're even at a lake. But yeah, right. Yeah, Mama Bear, I saw that. I could not believe it. After she went on Detective John's show multiple times. And he put his tail out for her. He was like, we're going to get her this money. But then his son passed. So it was kind of like a bad, I mean, that was a shitstorm, you know? Shitstorm. Oh, you had to take him down. Did you take him down? Or she didn't care? Yeah, I have all my old ones. I guess I'm too lazy to delete them. I don't know. I still have them. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I went to this account instead, but that's okay. That's all I got for you guys. That's all I got. That's all she wrote. Get on out of here. Get on out of here. You hear it? I'm just kidding. Tomorrow we're going to cover either Sarah Boone or Preston Lord. We did cover Sarah Boone last night. We were starting to do our little deep dive into old Sarah. We started off with the timeline of what happened to Jorge that night in the suitcase. We went through the video of her recording herself with him in the suitcase. And then we went through the day after, like when she was picked up by the police. Or the day after when he was pronounced dead and the police came. So we got through that, and then I have like 15 more new tabs opened for us. So we'll go over. Maybe we'll start on the interrogation, and then or maybe we'll start on Preston Lord, and then maybe back and forth again. You know? Oh, yeah. I don't know how many callers he has, was he? Because that one doesn't say. Yeah. I heard him say the other day he had the other day he said 50,000. So I wonder if, look, because I saw it, where was it? What? Maybe it wasn't on this one. Okay, go back. On one of his posts, it says that he has so many callers right here, probably. Hold on. I've had over 50,000. Look, 50,000 phone calls on air. So are you saying on the Cuomo, he was saying 80? Oh, I need that Cuomo episode. Oh, I did go late night, didn't I? No, but you know what? I forgot to look up Grant. But is he the one? I'm gonna look him up right now, so I don't forget. Is Grant the one with the curly hair? And his parents were looking for him, and he said, "Holy shit," or something like that. And then he was like, they couldn't find him anymore. I think that's him. Let me see. Witness to mysterious death of teenager. Oh, wait, maybe not. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Let me get a picture of him. Oh, yeah. Is this him? No, that's not him. This is a newer case. 2020. Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll look into that. Wow. Yeah. That's not the kid I was thinking of. But they look similar, which is weird. It's really weird that they look similar. There's a kid, there was a young guy who was in his early 20s. He was driving home. It was a big story. He was driving home. His parents were on the phone with him because he was lost. And then all of a sudden you hear him he says like, "Oh shit." And that's like the last thing his parents hear, and they find his car, but they can't find him, and he's just gone. I thought his name was Grant Solomon too, but I guess not. I don't remember his name, but that name just made me think of him. The National Native, yeah. Yeah, Angela, we had a pretty good live. Make sure you rewind. Be kind and rewind, remember those? Oh. Yes, that's on their girls. Isn't that a weird one over there? Well, I mean, I don't know. We don't get down with that kind of weirdness over here on the TitaniumBuilt channel. You know what I mean? We don't get that. We don't get the phone calls. We don't get the emails, the text messages, the carrier pigeons. We don't get any of that over here. We're boring. We're boring, I guess. I knew he did, Ren. I was waiting on people. I thought y'all knew this. I really did. I thought people knew this already, and then they didn't. And then I was like, are they gonna come? Like, is everyone gonna catch up? Because I knew a lot of people be lying. A lot of people be lying. Why are you lying? I don't know why people lie. Why lie? It's just YouTube. Literally, it's just YouTube. It's not the end of the world. You can literally, oh man, you can do anything. We have this whole world to explore. And the one thing that YouTube creators want to do is fight with other YouTube creators. Okay, I can't get down with it. I had a creator, and I said this before, and I'll say it 100 times. I had a creator scream at me for like 5 minutes straight one time on a live. A grown-ass man. And I was like laughing so hard. I was like, I got him that heated. I mean, I lost my crap. I thought it was hilarious. All I could do was laugh. Now, that's probably not the answer that person wanted, but that's what I could give. It didn't even shock me, just made me laugh. I was like, okay. But that's all I have for you guys for tonight. Don't forget, subscribe, hit the like button, all the things we ask you to do. I haven't asked you that much throughout the live tonight. I did pretty good. But don't forget, we will be back on tomorrow. We're gonna listen to Betty tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna do a little day stream, and we're gonna listen to Bullhorn Betty go off the rails after she went on Seth's panel. Because if you keep a hamster like tight like that, it's little cage, it's gonna need to come out sometime. And she was ready to come out that night. She was like, they didn't let her talk on, Seth's panel that much. So she's like, I'm going to my own channel, but we'll watch that tomorrow. But I'll see you guys all tomorrow on the live. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful Tuesday tomorrow. Have a wonderful Tuesday today because it's today. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.